Welcome back to 1010's podcast. My name is Michael with Adam and Robbie, and we were just discussing that Adam has never had a pumpkin spice latte before.
I haven't. It's the least white thing I've not done, or the most white thing I've not done, I guess.
With how many pumpkin spice flavors of things that are currently available, I am very surprised that you've not run into any of it.
I just have no desire.
Do you not like pumpkin anything?
I don't like pumpkin bars. I don't like pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin chunkin'. Does that count?
No, you're not eating it.
What?
Like
Those guys that like launch pumpkins with
the
like
cannon
air
thing?
cannon things. I'm all about that.
No, I don't think that counts.
Damn it.
Actually, you know what? We're talking about pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
I think we're agreed that none of us likes that, right?
No, I don't like pumpkins at all.
But pumpkin bars. You don't like those?
Not
With
really.
the frosting and everything?
Nah. That's like a high school thing, but nah.
High school thing, what do you mean?
They had them in school. You could get them in school.
We had lemon
At least
bars.
we could anyway.
We never had pumpkin.
Oh, maybe
well,
we
I
didn't.
suppose
They were
during
very seasonal, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we had those either.
Is that like a girl flavor? Like girls like pumpkin spice, and
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. I hate it. I can't eat pumpkin spice.
I think they're just faking it. Like they feel like they're supposed to like it, so they do.
I think at this point it's so like mainstream, like there's memes and shit of it. I think now they just feel like they have to like it.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the fall. Time for pumpkin spice.
Yeah, just like Uggs. Like,
Yes.
Nobody actually likes them,
No, because they're fucking worthless.
apparently.
Have you seen
These are all things I've learned.
Have you seen Uggs that are used?
No, I don't.
They're disgusting because they're supposed to wear them in the winter, like in the fall and the
They
winter.
can't get wet.
But not technically, no. But they wear them when
Then
it gets
you can't
wet.
wear
anyway.
them in the winter.
I understand that.
Yeah, they're like a sponge. So like you'll see a nice ring where the water goes up and then stops. So if you've seen somebody wear them a bunch, it's got a nice ring around the ankle because all
Like
the
a
water.
like a flood damaged car.
It's exactly
what they're like.
Yeah, it's flood damage. It's exactly what it is.
Can you turn that in on your flood insurance? Then
I don't think so.
For how much they cost, I would think.
And
they could.
especially in Iowa because they salt everything.
Yeah,
That
which I
makes
can't
it worse.
imagine is any better.
It makes it so much worse. And it's so not only is the
the
water
ring is definitely more pronounced at that point.
and it's like the worst possible thing you could do to leather.
Is that leather though?
I don't think it's real leather. I think it's suede.
I think it is. I think it's leather though. I think it's
No,
a hide
it's-
of some. Yeah, it is.
No,
What is
it's
what are
not.
Uggs made
I
out
always
of?
thought it was just the rough side of the leather. I just
not-
thought it was
no.
like a leather shoe made backwards.
Is there
or
a man?
inside
Is
out.
there a
It's-
man Ugg page that explains all these things?
The boots. Are,
Uggs explained for
the
men.
boots are typically made of two-faced sheepskin with fleece on the inside,
sheepskin?
a
sheepskin.
tanned outer surface, and a synthetic sole.
Synthetic. Yeah. So
So rubber.
yeah,
Yeah,
synthetic
rubber sole, but not the outside. Like
sheepskin.
but that soaks up stuff like a sponge.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a boot that you should wear when it's sunny outside, and
It's probably not very
summer.
warm either. If it's that porous and absorbent, it probably sucks at keeping your feet warm too.
Well, I think it's. I think
Especially when they're wet.
didn't it? What did it say is on the sheepskin on the inside?
fleece,
Fleece. So I assume it's
warm,
Warm, but if it's dry,
and no.
As soon as it gets wet, it's game over though. Wet
Yeah.
feet equal cold feet, and if your feet are cold, you'll never get warm.
you're miserable.
You'll never get warm. I don't care how many layers you got. Your feet are cold, you're cold. Period.
I agree.
It's dumb.
They're dumb,
I don't get it.
but it's okay. They're
Just
available.
like pumpkins.
They're available for men now. So
yeah, Tom Brady gets paid an ass ton of money.
I don't know how I feel about that either.
I don't think it's a good look, personally.
No, I think they're
I take
terrible.
that
Even-
kind of money. The
Dude, wait a
millions
se-
of
wait a
dollars
second.
they're
Wait a
surely
second.
paying him.
Wait a
I
second.
deal with it though.
Wait a second. Do women like Tom Brady? Is he like one of those
Yes.
athletes that women are into?
Yeah,
Maybe it is a good look.
Well, he's a
for
good
him.
looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy, so maybe him being an ambassador for Uggs is a good thing.
well, yeah, he's the face of. Well, I guess you could argue that, but we'll just say it for the sake of saying it. He's the face of football. So if the big football jock guys wearing Uggs, they
I
can
think it's a
push it
really
to
good
a
marketing move for Uggs. Yeah. Because girls like Uggs, girls like Tom Brady, guys like girls liking them. They're going to buy Uggs.
Well, not only that, but if Tom Brady's pushing Uggs,
Yeah, then they feel less like they shouldn't be wearing them.
that
It's a
and
very good marketing move.
Men are then faced with the brand, and then they could buy Uggs for their lady friends,
Yeah.
and maybe also look at Uggs for men.
They do make Uggs for men. Not
And
nice.
What are they?
Well, the one that Robbie had pulled up earlier was a chuka,
A chuka.
is what it's called.
Sounds like
Yeah, that's what you wear on a
It's a
regular
style
basis.
of-
sounds
I
like a
have
made up like bird from some like
No,
anime.
no. I don't have any Chukkas in my collection. Loafers?
Liar.
I do not. Absolutely not.
you-
It's not my style of shoe, personally.
You do too have a.
I do not have a
It
shoe.
looks very
No. How dare
like
you?
pointed.
We've
wooden
talked about
clog.
chinos. That's a different thing. Those are pants.
pants.
Yeah.
I figured out what a chino was because I play Grand Theft Auto 5, and you can buy chinos for your character in that game. And I was like,
Oh, that's
There
what
it
they
is.
are.
it makes sense now. I get it.
I put it all together.
You didn't know what chinos were?
No, I was just like, what? I'm just gonna let this happen. Maybe this is like some like cool hip way of saying jeans because that's
No,
what
they're
they
not
look
jeans.
like. They look like jeans.
No,
They might not be made out of
they're
denim.
trousers.
That doesn't change the fact
They're
that
similar
jeans.
to
not
Dockers, but
Yeah.
not really. They're kind of like Dockers.
kind of like khakis, kind of like Dockers. Trousers,
Trousers, but they're not pleated
high fashion,
and they're fitted.
That's what they tell me anyway.
like this one.
Oh God.
That's kind of a skinny.
It's kind of a chino. Yeah, definitely.
They call it a chino, but I think that's a skinny jean. Whatever.
Yeah, you can buy them for a Grand Theft Auto character.
So anyway, what the whole point of all of that was that we were talking about the fact that Robbie brought in another soda for us to drink, which I assume is not as bad as last week.
No,
Are you kidding me?
He's not dedicated
It's worse.
to that answer.
I don't think it's worse.
Okay. Are we going to have to start a podcast war between the three of us? That's what I'm asking.
Well, there's three more sitting in my fridge.
What I'm-
It's not this flavor, so
What I'm genuinely afraid of is the one that we sent back to Radial isn't as bad as we think it is.
I'll be pissed if it's not bad.
So I was at a candy shop literally before I came here today. There's one in Ankeny now, right next to their new
How much
zombie
time do you
burger.
spend in candy shops?
None of your business, Robbie. But they had. I have a small child. I'm allowed to do things like that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
forget
weird
about
anymore.
that. It is okay.
No,
I
you-
was like, what are you trying to do? Pick up high schoolers?
It's not weird anymore.
Not anymore.
I have a little kid. What are you getting at, Robbie?
we'll just let that go.
Anyway, they had the soda that you sent. Right?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to say what it is.
Can we say what it is? I
No,
feel
wait.
like we're
When are
probably
they-
safe at this point.
Oh really? You think
It
so?
should be there by the time they hear this.
It got there
right?
Saturday
Okay, then we're good. Yeah,
How have we not heard any retaliation?
not a single word. They haven't
'Cause they
even
didn't
messaged
drink
me.
it.
They haven't even messaged me yet. I figured I'd get a message like, "Hey, it's here. This is terrible." But anyway, it's grass.
Grass.
It's grass soda.
Yep.
And right next to it was one that was called Dirt.
I almost got dirt.
And what I'm wondering if Dirt is cola and grass is just like some lemon lime bullshit.
Most likely.
That's true. We didn't drink it, so we don't
That's
know.
what I'm
Right.
afraid of.
Man, that would be
I'm
a
Is
real
that-
bummer.
so disappointed.
is that we really lost that battle. We may have lost the battle, but that doesn't necessarily mean we'll lose the war.
Yeah, we're weird. We could get real weird with it.
There were plenty of backup options there. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
So what you're saying is we can buy something locally if this isn't
yeah,
cut.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
Perfect.
there's more than one place in this town.
Perfect. That's all we need to know.
So
Yeah, I didn't want to drink the grass one. I just got that for you guys.
oh, I
Thanks,
see it.
bud.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, friend.
Actually, I did it for the fans.
You torture us for the fans. Is what you're saying.
Yes.
We don't want to do the soda yet, though, do we? We're gonna wait on that.
I want Adam to open it up all the way. for me.
Before he does his opener, real quick, let's do social media: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep up with our Instagram stories. We've been doing more of those lately. What else we want to talk about? YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Definitely go to YouTube.
And iTunes ratings. How about that?
Yeah, iTunes ratings.
Hit those iTunes
Between
ratings.
iTunes and Facebook, we are almost at 100,
That's a lot.
That's a
of
lot.
ratings.
which I'm really excited about, and I would love to get to that number. So we have about 40 in each place. So we're not
So we
that
need
far
about
off.
60 of you to go to each one because
Exactly.
what he meant was 100 apiece.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
200 total.
Get to
100
it.
apiece. That's a lot,
Yeah.
though. How many?
No,
so
I'm not
we
mad
got
about
60 on iTunes.
No, there's like 40 on iTunes and like 37 on Facebook.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yep, you're right. That's a lot, though, on iTunes.
That's awesome.
Not that many people do ratings on iTunes.
You can do a rating and a review.
Yeah.
We don't have as many reviews as we have ratings.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I think that's it. Any other social media stuff?
Nah.
Okay. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
do it. I dare you.
So before we move on to the soda, we will do Adam's opener. Adam's going to open it up with Eyes Up Auto Art.
All right, so we kind of vaguely talked about this before. That Audi was changing their numbering scheme or their naming scheme, as it may be, and they're adding an extra number in behind all of the all of what they have. What I originally thought was that they were just doing away with like their A1 through 8
Yeah.
and just like using these numbers, and it was going to be really confusing. But that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is you can still buy your S3 and your A5 and your R8 and stuff like that, but then they'll have numbers behind that or on the badge. And
So
right.
Here's my thing about this. You know what I saw the other day?
Yeah.
Which I'd never seen before in the States. I had seen one in the UK. It was an A4 or an A5 4-door.
See, that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I know.
Because the odd numbers
thing, I get it. No,
the
I
odd
get
numbers should be 2 doors, and the even numbers should be 4 doors. That's how it used to be, and that's how it should have stayed.
Well, so in the European market, you could get an A5 4-door because it was the coupe thing, you know?
Right. And
Quote unquote coupe.
you could get an A3 in either configuration.
Yep. But now you can get a 4-door A5 in the US, which means you can get an A3, an A4, an A5, an A6, an A7, and an A8 in 4 doors.
Right. But you can't. I think the only thing you can get in 2-door is the 3, the 5, and the 7.
You cannot get we don't get the 3. We don't get the 2-door 3 here.
At all? Maybe.
No.
Okay.
So yeah,
sucks.
clear as mud is my point.
And
I
it's
would like
already convoluted and confusing.
Clearly.
And they're about to make it worse, frankly. So they have numbers from 30 through 70. 30 through 50, they go by 5. And then from 50 to 70 by 10. Because that's necessary.
that's a lot of information. Okay.
Then those are these numbers that each car gets is based on a range of horsepower, which is really unnecessary. So it starts off with 30, which is 107 to 127 horsepower, which I didn't even realize you could get that low of a powered car anymore.
Not from Audi.
I can't imagine there's a lot of.
You said it was horsepower, right, or kilowatts?
He
well,
converted from
This is
kilowatts.
converted.
Okay, so it's
So kilowatts is 80 to 96,
So
which
this is-
converts to 107 to 127 base horsepower.
I'm wondering if that's like an A1 diesel in the
Yeah,
in the
I think
UK.
it's got to be like an A1, probably a car we
well,
don't get.
maybe not diesel, I guess.
35 goes from 145 to 159, which, if you'll notice, 145 does not come immediately after 127. So there's a range of power they're just never going to make. And that's the way it is for all of these. 40 goes from 165 to 198. Not quite 200.
Okay,
198.
198.
223 to 244 for the 45. Then we jump for the 50 to 278 to 304. And then here's where this gets really crazy. From 50 to 60, the top end of 50, 304 horsepower. The bottom end of 60, 423.
It's a bit of a gap.
There is over 100 horsepower gap from 50 to 60. 423 to 449 is the 60. And then 70 is just 529.
That's all you get.
That's what it says. It doesn't have a range. It doesn't say plus. It's just 529.
So did they base it on the models they have now?
I
Instead
think
of
so.
just going like a broad spectrum to say, well, if it's from 100 to 200, it's a what?
See, that's
30.
what you would have thought. Like in
So
the
they don't
low
have to
ones, you do it by 50.
Yeah.
And then when they skip up to going by 10 instead of by 5, that's by 100.
Now they're gonna have to change it every year.
That's what I think they're going to end up doing.
It's
But the other
useless
thing,
information.
the other thing that I don't really understand is, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I would have thought that the general public, the general automotive purchasing public, couldn't give a rat's ass less about the horsepower rating of their car. And sure as hell don't know enough about that to know, oh, that's a 40. I want a 45.
They might now.
Is that a purchasing
if somebody
make
walks
or
up,
break?
if somebody walks up to me and says, "I have an A540," I'm going to be like,
Cool story,
"Neat."
bro.
I don't know what that
Can
means.
you get an A545? Because if you can, then you bought the wrong
Yeah, you're
one.
a loser. That's going to be the problem. Is people are just going to buy the biggest number. This is some marketing bullshit. This
Which
is what
is
this
exactly what they're
is. It's like,
doing.
oh wait, I have the one that's 5 more than yours. It's
But you can already, because they're not changed. It's not like they're going to drop the S and the RS lines. they're still gonna. You can still buy an S7 and an RS7, but they're still gonna have those numbers behind it.
That's even more stupid.
So why, if you're gonna do the number, why wouldn't it be an A7 40 and an A7 50 and an A7 60 instead of an A7, an S7, and an RS7?
it's clear as mud.
It's so unnecessary
You know what-
and confusing.
You know what this is? This is a mixture of some BMW nonsense and some Tesla nonsense together.
Right. Yeah.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Because you get the, P90 whatever, and you get the 540i, and you get the it's like a amalgamation of those two mixed together and then turn into Audi.
I think with Tesla especially, people see that guy's got an 85 and that guy's got 100. That means the guy with the 100, he spent some real money. The guy with the 85 just spent money.
Right.
So they associate those smaller and larger numbers with cash investments.
That's exactly what they're trying to play on. But Audi doesn't have that setup because you just buy an Tesla S. I'm buying a Tesla S.
Right.
You go to Audi, I'm buying a 5, a 6, a 7, or an 8, and then I'm buying an A, or I'm buying an S or an RS.
Exactly.
You don't need that.
Yeah, I already know you spent more money than me because you have the RS and I have the A.
Right.
You've got a bigger dick than
But
me.
there was-
Calm the fuck down.
Relax, bro. But somebody in a meeting was like, I think this is confusing, though. If we add a horsepower thing at the end, we can get people to buy more.
But I don't think that anybody. The other thing is that we're in the automotive world. We love horsepower. We pay attention to news, and we miss this entirely.
And if
You
I
think
see
the
one,
general public, and I won't remember
no,
that.
I'll be like, I don't know what that is.
I've already forgot it.
I don't know what you said earlier.
Exactly.
I know 70 is like one number or something. That's all I remember.
Just the higher the number, the more power is all I'm going to remember. But I would have already known that based on the first letter in the badge. It's so unnecessary and confusing.
It's also this thing about car companies. Same thing with the A5 four-door is the car companies think they need to make a car for every single person. And every single whatever, category they can come up with. Oh, Mercedes makes 2 different four-door coupes. We should make 2 different four-door
we
coupes.
need to make 3.
Nah, son, you don't. You just need to make just make one.
Find something you're good at and keep making that.
I really cannot believe it's more profitable. It must be more profitable, but I have a really hard time believing that making literally, I don't know, 10 or 12 different sedans is more profitable than designing and making 3. Really struggle with that concept. But apparently it must be. There's 7 different SUVs in the Mercedes range. Why? Some of those SUVs are also cars. They're like an SUV, but it's also a car. Why?
That's called a crossover, and it's silly.
Yeah, but they got the ones now that slope down at the back and look like they have a trunk.
Yeah.
It's why do you
I
need
don't
that?
know. I don't
saw
know,
one the other
man.
day. I was like, this is the dumbest looking vehicle I've ever
What
seen.
is that?
Somebody bought it though, driving around in it.
I know. And I've been seeing a lot of G-Wagons lately,
And they're very expensive.
which is weird.
Really? I haven't seen any G-Wagons in a long time.
I've been spending a lot of time in Waukee, West Des Moines area for work, and I see G-Wagons all the time. G-Wagons and 911s, constantly.
They love a nice G-Wagon in West Des Moines.
I believe.
You don't live there anymore.
No,
Robbie.
I'm out in the country.
Yep.
Yeah, they all have Silverados and King Ranches.
Heck yeah, pickup truck city.
Pick 'em up truck. You got to get one, Robbie.
I do need to pick them up truck.
You got to fit in.
You need tow pig.
I need to tow the race car, so I'm not
I got an
driving the race
S10
car
I'll
on
sell
gravel.
ya.
Oh yeah,
Runs well.
I'll make
That's a Craigslist listing.
ran when parked.
Ran when parked. Hell yeah.
It's not even true. I was still driving.
Actually, that's a good. Yeah.
It died and then I stopped. I can't even say that. Damn it.
Died while running, I think, is a more appropriate. Died while driving.
Yeah,
Battery's dead.
yeah.
That's true.
That's interesting that you bring up the ran when parked thing because I just figured that all cars would fit into that category, but
Mine
that's true.
doesn't.
Technically not.
not all
Mine
of
does
them.
not ran when parked.
Because you see that
It
shit.
was dead already when it came to a stop.
Oh, you know what I saw today? I almost sent it to you. It's a little off topic, but it was an S15. It was like a 2000 S15.
Oh, and the guy was talking about it's legal here,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to bother explaining how.
Yeah, it was in all caps. He went in this whole rant about how it's legal in New Jersey. He's got the title. Go to Obscure Cars for Sale and see if you can find it
Okay.
on Facebook. He had this whole rant about, I know it's not 25 years old. It's titled in New Jersey. I brought it in legally. Blah blah blah. It's a JDM car. In all caps, it says, "I will not explain to you how I did this."
Not a VIN tag swap. It also says.
Yes, not a VIN tag swap. It's the actual VIN for the car when it left the factory. Did you find it, Adam?
I'm looking. That is an incredibly active group.
Oh,
I did find it.
People were so upset about that guy's post, and you know, rightfully so. Oh, to be fair, he is a moron. But you know what happens if you buy a car like that and either take it to the wrong state or the wrong person finds out about it.
It's gone.
Looking
It's
to
crushed.
sell my 2000 S15 Sylvia Spec S. Near mint condition inside and out, one small dent, 2 paint chips. Fully legal vehicle with clean and clear New Jersey title in hand. Currently registered and inspected in New Jersey with the original VIN. Not a VIN swap car. This is currently my daily driver. All caps locks. No, I will not tell you how.
No, not okay. What?
It's already a sketchy concept that
Yeah,
you have an
'cause he's-
S15 in the United States, and
$21,000.
it's got 60,000 miles on it, so it's
60
That's not good.
not a spring chicken.
Yeah,
And
yes,
it is a
it's
Sylvia,
miles.
right? So it is an actual.
It's a
SR.
Sylvia Spec S.
Yeah, so you can do the show. You can do the show and display with the Sylvia Spec S.
But you have a mileage limitation.
Like
don't you?
2,500 miles.
Yeah, he's driving
You
it
can't
every
daily
day.
it.
He's driving it every
He
day.
says this is my daily. This not mileage will go up 60,000 miles. 100% stock, working AC, runs and drives like a new car. Blast to drive. I do not want to sell this car, but I have to. The car is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. But due to a personal reason, I used the wrong form of do.
Yep, saw
Due
that.
to a personal reason, I am unable to hold on to it firm on price. Test drives with cash in hand will only trade for a true S13 with an SR20. Otherwise, don't ask.
That's my other favorite thing when people say cash in hand for test drives. Like, do you want me to just bring you a suitcase full of $21,000? Like, and you're just going to hang on to it while I take your car
Yeah, don't mind
on a
me.
test drive? Yeah, no, sorry.
That dude's sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sketch City.
300 comments on that.
Oh, it was 60 earlier when I saw it.
303 shares.
People were not amused. They were just
Nah.
raking that dude over the coals for being a
Good.
moron.
And justifiably so.
That's one. If you do that, keep that shit quiet.
The one underneath
Talk
it is
about it.
possibly my favorite thing I've seen in a really, really long time. It's a 1960 Lincoln Continental camper.
The hell is that?
It looks kind of like, like they took one of those truck campers
And stuck it on the back of a car.
and like cut the roof and like top of the car off and just dropped it over the top of the driver's compartment.
Oh,
So like you sit underneath it in the driver's seat, but the rest of it's been converted into a camper. And it's got like one of those big shells grafted onto it.
weird.
It looks like a truck top camper. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I'd drive that.
There's weird shit on there.
You should
There was
screenshot those.
there was a
Yeah, I'll see them
cappuccino.
too.
There was a cappuccino that's actually local.
Oh, I saw that one.
It was a little pricey, but it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That's
it was in good
that's
shape.
Red
Had a lot
Line
of-
Motors in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, had a lot of miles on it though.
Yep, I
Had
did
a
see
few
that
miles on
one.
it, but it was sweet. And if it was more reasonable,
You would have
shit,
been
yeah, I'd daily that for sure.
Wide bodied.
Because
it was
what's,
sick.
what's really funny is the guy I parked to at work has a 2500 HD diesel that Carl's customized. So
Oh,
it's like
God.
it's kind of shaved looking, like it's very clean looking, and it's
Yep.
got it's lifted. It's got the big stupid wheels on it. It's got running boards and all that shit. I'd fucking like park the nose underneath it. Just park in the spot sideways and park underneath it. It'd be hilarious. Are you done with your opener?
Yeah, that's all I got. I just so confused by the things.
They're making it more
that-
simple, just like Infinity, basically. Don't forget to check out Eyes Up Auto Art, EYES Up Auto Art on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check out the work that he's doing. He's putting together some really rad shit. If you have a piece that you want to commission for yourself or for a friend or a loved one, just feel free to send him a message. You can DM him on any one of those social media sites, and he will put together some pricing for you. Very reasonable. He can do some really, really cool things, as you can see from his social media. And so you should check that out. Give him a follow, and he'll hook you up with something if you want it.
Boom.
'Tis the season, homies.
You look parched.
I am not parched, actually. I have a drink right here
I'm
that's
just fine.
doing me just fine.
Are you guys thirsty?
Not really.
All right. Well, I'm pretty.
So first of all, you got the bottle. You're opening it now. It looks like
He's got-
strawberry lemonade.
He's got it wrapped up so we can't see it.
It looks like strawberry lemonade.
It kind of smells like strawberry lemonade.
Okay. My nerves are calm. I'll be
Are
honest
you just
with
gonna like pour it in there and not even tell us what it is?
Yeah, let's go that route.
Should we try and guess it?
We can guess it. That's
I feel
fine.
like this is a bad idea.
Robbie, do you need to get up or what do you need
Please
to do?
pass me a glass. No.
Here,
He
Adam.
doesn't trust us, apparently. I feel like you should trust us more, Robbie.
Oh, that looks almost orange.
Are you just going to drink it out of the bottle?
Yeah, I'll do
You
that.
don't need a
All right,
glass,
he's
do you?
good there.
I don't need
You going to pass me one back?
Yep.
This show's only been about
This is dangerous.
40%.
Over all this electronics and
this
shit.
show's only been about 40% cars so far.
It's alcohol free,
Is it?
for the record.
It does
smells peachy.
It smells peachy, maybe
I
a little
smell
maybe a little
peach.
strawberry again. It is fizzy, it's still a soda.
I think this is fairly safe.
Can I start?
Oh, that's weird.
It's very weird. Is it cotton candy? It probably wouldn't be cotton candy if you
I don't hate it.
It's peanut butter and jelly.
Oh. This is
This
Lester's
is, it's less.
Fix-It.
It's
It's Lester
Lester's-
again.
See, I grabbed this one thinking it wouldn't be bad.
It's not too bad. No. I don't hate this.
It tastes more like jelly. It's kind of strawberry jelly-y.
5 out of 10 would not buy, would drink again.
Probably would not Apex. If I was going to Apex, it would be very early. I'll put it that way.
It's
Friends
the-
don't let
it's the
friends
peanut-
Apex early.
What?
I don't know. It was a license plate trim at the autocross this weekend.
Totally thought you were going a different direction with
That's
that.
what it said. I don't know what to tell you.
You can take it however you want to take it, Robbie. What were we going to say?
I can. The peanut butter aftertaste is what's weird to me.
I'm not
I
getting much
taste-
of
And
that.
why would they? Why would it be like an orange color?
I don't know.
Maybe if you puree a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like what kind of jelly?
It doesn't.
Because I still have a
It
lot
looks
of,
purple,
I have
but
a
I'm getting
peachy
strawberry.
flavor.
You're getting peach. I'm,
I'm
getting
getting
strawberry.
peach. I think it's peach jam or peach jelly or something.
This Lester guy is not. He's not hitting him out of the park as far as
No.
correct flavors so far. He's 0 for 2 for me. You could have called this some. You could have called this strawberry peach, maybe.
I don't even really taste a peanut butter.
No, it's just a slight aftertaste. And even that's
Really slight.
90% jelly.
Yeah.
That wasn't as that was anticlimactic.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's what I get for getting something that won't taste terrible.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to. What you're supposed to be
We
doing is
appreciate it.
torpedoing your friends.
Oh, don't worry, I got more.
That's what people enjoy. People enjoy our shame, our humiliation, and our pain, to be completely honest, which is great because the thing that we're going to transition into now is our Ask Us Anything, which was
God.
completely a waste of time.
I just want to say to all of you right here, right now, no, I don't want anyone to ever bitch about us not talking about cars or technical things or anything like that because 85% of this was complete and total bullshit. But I'm gonna have a lot of fun answering it.
So,
I'm
but do
pretty
you remember-
excited about a lot of the
Do
bullshit.
you remember
I'll
the
be
first
honest.
one? The first one we did
Yeah,
was pretty. It
Yeah.
was on topic.
yeah,
It was. It was what it was.
yeah.
And
it
we
was,
had a good
it
time.
was decent.
Yeah, we had to,
Very like DWA-esque. There were decent questions.
Right.
People wanted our opinions.
right. Hey, I wanted to be looking at this. Should I do this or this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. The second one was a little
We got a little.
helter skelter. It wasn't
It
too
was
bad.
good for the most part, and then it got a little wild,
And then there's this.
mainly from Sean.
Yeah.
This is the biggest shit show that we've
the
ever done.
Facebook page post was pretty on topic. But
See,
the group,
That's
all
the
you
problem.
fuckers.
That's the problem is the group. Seriously, if you guys want to be entertained and have like 40% of your topics from a group be cars, go to our group because it's almost never about cars. I'm just telling you right now.
But Robbie ended up on a country cover. I'm just saying.
It's good. There's good stuff on there. It's just maybe not for an automotive show. It's not ideal.
Basically, just them shitting on us.
It's
all
just
day.
us messing with us and asking dumb questions.
Do you guys want to start?
But here's the thing: they love it. So
it works.
take that for what it is. Who's gonna start? Are we gonna start?
I've got this. If you want me to read through them,
Are Robbie's kind of on topic to start
Not
with?
even a
Okay,
little bit.
So Instagram was worthless. Also,
Instagram had even less.
let's do our Facebook page ones because they're
Okay.
mostly car things, and
All
then
right.
we'll
Do you
just
wanna save
devolve
those?
into insanity.
We'll go good to.
Yeah,
Good to bad.
we'll start off strong, And then we'll end with the group.
Oh wait, 3 out of the 4 Instagram are actually car rated.
All right.
Can we start with the Instagram then? Because I want to start
Absolutely.
off on the right. These people deserve more attention. 'Cause
Well, the Facebook page is still good.
yeah, it is, and I'm just razzing people too. But
Of course.
it's gonna be hard to do it like a fourth one of these because this one's so messed up. But yeah, anyway,
We're gonna be real hesitant. I'll tell you that much. We'll start off with loves the French fries. He commented before.
Yes.
Do you bros even burn rubber?
No.
No, because burning. I'll be honest with you, burning rubber is incredibly irresponsible and it's bad for the environment. And quite frankly, if you listen to the show and you burn rubber, it's inexcusable in my opinion. Please see yourself out.
We do drifting. That counts a little bit.
Yeah, I think they want us to do roadkill style burnouts. They want us to chain the RX-7 to the
No.
240.
I can't
and do
keep a car
burnout.
running long enough to do burnouts. Sorry. As much as I'd love to do more smoky burnouts.
Maybe we'll try more burnouts. I don't know.
We'll try more burnouts.
I got yelled at last time I did a burnout in your yard.
Well, don't do it at my house, you idiot.
He lives next to a cop, Robbie.
He wasn't home.
It's not
As
the
you know.
point. He doesn't need that kind of heat.
Oh, that's right. We don't need the heat.
No, we do not need the heat.
We'll just go get our car painted, come back out, and they'll never know it was us.
That's a good point. I didn't think
Grand
about
Theft Auto style.
that. I didn't think about it. It's only $200, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's next?
How awesome is our new IndyCar champ, Joseph Newgarden?
Who is this?
The IndyCar champ.
No, who asked the question?
Loves the French
Loves the
fries.
French
Oh,
fries.
that was the franchise still.
I think he's awesome. I watched him break the IndyCar lap record at the Iowa Speedway in 2016. He did 282 laps leading out of 300.
It was the most boring race of all time. And I was there.
It was a good race, though.
It was not a good race.
It was a good race for him.
It was a good race for him. He did well. It was boring as shit. It was literally like
There's
at lap
three
300, I was
cautions.
like, when are we going to be done here? Because it's just whirring around in circles.
And he's the youngest since 08.
I think he's American, too,
I don't know that much.
which doesn't seem to happen very often.
Anyways, I think it's awesome. He's a cool dude. Jess has a Joseph Newgarden shirt. She bought it when we were at the IndyCar race.
His name isn't as cool as Will Power, though.
No, it's no willpower, that's for sure.
So he's missing that awesomeness, but other than that, he's pretty rad.
He is American.
He's a rad dude.
He's a rad dude.
Loves the French fries.
Again,
Do you guys ever do sprint car things? No.
We should
I
more often.
would love to.
we've been
We
asked to
keep
do
talking
this.
about
Yeah.
like how we want to go do this and we want to go do that, and then life gets in the way, and I just don't have time.
This year was really bad about that
Yeah, we made a lot of promises
and didn't keep a
and
single one of them.
didn't do any of them.
Nah, that's not entirely true.
No, we kept a
did.
couple.
We did a few things.
Life's been rough on us this year.
It's been busy.
It's been very
down.
busy.
I feel like I've bitten off a lot more than I could chew. Often. It's like,
Any
we'll go to
specific
this.
things of any?
Here's the problem. Here's how Robbie approaches decisions. I've seen him do this before. That's future Robbie's problem. He's literally said that to me before.
I am famous for saying that at work all the time.
That's future Adam's problem.
This isn't
See ya.
going to work. That's future us problem. Let's go.
It'll work here.
Time to go
Now.
home. It's 4:00. Let's get out of here.
Skedaddle.
Yep.
I'm hoping that things will calm down and we can start actually doing stuff as a team more. And
Nah.
Team building.
for a podcast that only lasts like an hour and a half a week, and then all the other stuff behind it, we are incredibly busy with this stuff.
When was the last
the
time we
time.
did an hour and a half show, Robbie?
2 hour
A
2-hour
2-hour
shows,
podcast.
and then the editing behind it, and then it feel like every time we plan on doing something together as a team, we never do just because we're busy with other crap.
Like Grid Life, I think was the last time we were all together outside of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no. O-Drift.
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 Yep.
We all went to that. That's pretty sad.
When was that? Late July?
Yeah,
Yeah.
July 27.
Damn.
Something like that.
It's been a rough year for all of us, so
Busy.
hopefully things will smooth out a little bit.
But it just shows how important our fans are because we did not really ever miss an episode.
It's true. Other than the one.
Yeah, so
I don't need to hear about it.
no.
Free podcast.
Free podcast.
What's next, Robbie?
Kaiser Soze asked, based on my picture, I assume, what would a T-Rex drive and why?
What would a T-Rex drive?
Something with a telescoping steering wheel.
Yeah, or a really deep dish steering wheel. 'Cause
And
it's
movable pedals.
Short arms.
Could a T-Rex drive a T-Rex?
No, it's,
Ooh,
too,
I like
it's
it.
too little.
I like it.
Yeah, you probably could. Well, they always
It'd
say
be
that the T-Rex isn't as big as they claim it is.
Yeah,
You know?
but-
Could he drive a Velociraptor?
Wait, could he drive a Raptor or a Veloster?
No, the
Hennessy.
the
the
Hennessy
Hennessy
version
one.
was
That's
called
right.
a Velociraptor.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No.
No, damn it.
All I'm picturing is a big old chopper, like a
An ape hanger chopper,
not even an ape hanger,
or
but
one of the
like a
Jesse
big
James
like
ones
a big trike
that had the really really long handlebars on them.
Like a 64 Impala with a really deep chain steering wheel, like
Yeah.
a low
That
rider.
might- that would work.
yeah.
Oh, that the Sailor Jerry's
oh,
rat
there you
rod.
go, the rat rod.
Because you like lay down to drive
Yeah.
that, and the steering wheel comes right up to you.
Yeah.
You're basically like laying on the floor.
That would work.
roadkill things.
Yeah.
See, figured.
There
it
you
out.
go. See, that's what people. That's why people tune in, is to answer bullshit questions like that. What's next?
That's
Are we
all
done
I-
with?
That's
we done
it.
with
That's
Instagram?
all we have for Instagram.
Dude, I think Instagram was blocking stuff.
I actually went and looked to make sure that our account hadn't got switched to business because it was so quiet.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was dead.
shocked at how quiet it was. I thought there's a handful of people that usually like or comment or do stuff on our Instagram regularly. Nothing out of them.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
I'm talking to you, regulars.
So,
Word.
Facebook,
Great.
Book of Face. First off, we're going to go with the page because they're a little less crazy.
Wait, are we over on Twitter?
I don't even.
We
know
don't
who
even
posted
use
it.
our Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I posted on it.
I went back and changed the picture so it would show up in people's feed.
Nothing.
We don't engage in it anymore, so people haven't done anything with it.
Go to Facebook.
I don't even know
tried-
why I mention it every week, and I don't even know why, because
I tried to use it. I just can't get into the Twitter format. So
I know we're using
sorry.
it for a while, but it's just like I don't like it. If
No,
you were at a
I don't either.
yeah, it's good for updates. Like if you were at an event, you could update through it, but at the same time, like I'm not going to update everything we do for like every second of our lives, so that when we go to an event, that people are actually active in our updates. You know what I mean? Like you can't go from not having any updates to all of a sudden one day when you're at an event having 14 updates,
Yeah.
and then going back to having no updates because nobody engages with you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan Dunham.
Okay.
He asks, if you had to pick a favorite transmission, what would it be? Maybe a T5 Muncie 4-speed, TKO, T56, PDK, ZFs. What would you pick?
Automatic.
You got to be more specific.
Robbie likes that. Robbie's a huge fan. He's told me this before, of the Turbo Hydromatic 400.
He loves himself a Nissan CVT.
He does love himself a Nissan CVT.
That's the worst transmission ever.
I've got a weird answer for this.
Go on.
Linkos. Air shifted Linkos.
Oh, those are rad.
Drag racing style transmissions. There's a lever for every gear.
A different lever?
Yeah, a different lever. First, second, third, slamming gears.
Yeah,
It
dude, those are
is
fucking rad.
Sick.
You
And
know,
they look awesome in a race car.
Yeah. I'll go with
Yeah.
that. Out of the ones he listed, the only one I've ever driven was T56 is the only one I think I've driven out of that.
He didn't have that on the list. obviously.
T5 is. Your S10 technically had a T5? I
It
think
does not. It is an NV 3500.
Okay,
Whatever that means.
good. I'll make this statement. Then T5s are garbage. Might as well throw those away.
You wouldn't have hurt my feelings because it's parked on my street, not running. So
4L60Es are garbage. 4L70Es are kind of garbage. 4L80 is a good transmission. T56. Apparently, the Borg Warner ones are better than the Tremec ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
what's
Sure.
your favorite?
Somebody tells me.
Favorite transmission you've
right.
ever driven?
Borg Warner T56.
Yeah.
That's the T56. It's a small window. I understand that, but in my experience, it's been better than the LS1 T56s. So
Boom.
it's a one-off scenario where I've only experienced one, but it's worked better than the other T56s I've driven. I think the TR6060 is a yet even better transmission, and I think the T56 Magnum is also supposed to be very good, but I don't know. I haven't driven those.
Our friend David Allen, the only other person to ever send us sweet free swag, he asks, with Chevy releasing a new dual overhead cam engine next year, what long-term impact do you see for the LS? I have to assume that it works out well eventually, that they will have, if it works out well, eventually they'll have to pick one or the other instead of producing both. Do you think that the dual overhead cam LT is a signal for the demise of the single cam push rod LS engine?
No, because I think just like everybody else, they're all going to go electric. So it's the demise of the petrol
Yeah.
power engine. But
Yeah.
so here's you want to take some solace in the fact that they still make small blocks. By the way, you can still get a Gen 1 small block from GM. Brand new in a box.
Weird.
So I think probably realistically what's going to happen is that all your mainstream vehicles are going to go electric or hydrogen powered or some other sort of alternative fuel that we can't even imagine at this point. And then you'll just be able to buy great engines for all your other crap.
I think at that point, if they had to kill off one, it would probably be the dual overhead cam motor.
Yeah, I think it's too
It's unproven.
it's unproven, it's too complicated.
It's too complicated, and it's probably going to be too big to be a feasible swap, similar to the Coyote. I would imagine
Yep.
it'll be a little bit smaller, but probably not a ton.
Yeah, the Moon is smaller than a Coyote. Yeah,
They make their own gravity.
they do.
Maybe
Have
that's why they're all so
in
slow.
in all seriousness, there's a reason nobody swaps them. In all seriousness, look, I'm just trolling the people that listen to this.
Except
that
for
Mustangs.
TVR.
That must. But in all seriousness, look at like a small block versus even. Okay, here. You want to be fair?
Lay it
look
on
up
me.
Look up a 5.0 small block Ford, like a Fox body.
Okay.
And somebody on the internet will have it next to a dual overhead cam Coyote.
Yep.
Just look at the size difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not making fun of anybody. Just look at the size difference between the two.
They're huge,
They're huge.
but they're great.
It's a great motor.
I love the way they sound.
Sounds fantastic.
If I was building a car purely based on how it sounded, I would build it with a Coyote over an LS all day long.
Yeah, Mustangs they all sound so good when you put Borlas on them. It's amazing. But
Even like the old 4.6s, like the
yeah,
two valve ones,
yep,
sound great.
they do. There was one I remember it. It was purple in Iowa City. I mean, that was freaking 8 years ago. Sounded so good.
Very distinctive too.
Yeah, yep. I'm pretty sure it had Borlas on it. But yeah, I think the GM catalog in 20 years they'll just they probably that LT5 probably won't be around.
No, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
It's just like the it's like the LT5 and the ZR1 Corvette from 1990.
Yep.
You can't buy that motor, so
You can't even buy it. What's here is here. There's no parts.
somebody might make some replacement parts or a block or something, but you can't go to GM Performance.
Is the block different than yours? I always just assumed it was heads.
I don't
I guess
know.
it kind of has to.
Yeah,
'cause
it's got to be.
Have a
Yep,
cam.
Yep, doesn't have a cam in the
in
bottom of it. So, yeah, it's got to be different at some level. But I don't know what the difference is, to be completely honest with you.
Mino Bocanegra wants to know: will we be covering media at the upcoming 2-day O Drift event?
Yes,
Yes.
we will have
Vehicles there,
2 vehicles there.
At least
multiple cameras there.
Tim will be there with a
maybe
camera.
a third.
Thomas will be there at some level with a video camera. We will have our camera equipment.
We have a fancy new camera.
We have a fancy new camera. We have all of our equipment that we use to film Robbie's feature out there. We're going to try to do one for the RX.
Yes.
I
Should
am
be able to do
really,
that
really
reasonably.
hoping that the Omni will be there as well.
That'd be awesome.
That's a big statement. Steve, right now, from Scrapeyard, is listening because I'm pretty sure he does listen.
I know.
And he keeps asking me, are you guys
I know.
bringing a car out? So just
Tell you what, Steve, if I can't get the Omni there, I've got another friend with a caged front-wheel drive car, and I'm quite certain he will bring it.
ooh boy, we'll be very popular if that's the case.
It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it'll get the job done.
Interesting. Big
I don't-
things.
I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with Matthew Hines. He may have to give me a lead, but that's
You'll
all
have to
right.
start first. We'll have to create a new lane for Adam in the car, and then he goes first, and then all the drift cars go after him. That car's fast. It's a legit fast car.
Stupid fast.
LS3.
Terrifyingly fast.
LS3? Yeah, LS3. Right?
Yeah, and
You're right.
I don't feel like I can, enter those corners at 110 miles an hour. I
No.
just don't think I can do it.
I just don't
I don't
have
know
that
what you want
speed.
me to do about that. So there's only so much mechanical grip in the world, and that's just not there.
Yeah.
So
So we're going to figure something out regardless.
Zach Weddle wants to know, when is Michael finally going to do awesome Jeep things?
Ooh, we
Not
don't-
this weekend.
It was going to be this weekend, but
I tried so hard.
yeah, and Justin said he could probably find somebody for us. And then I was like, man, it's going to be a big inconvenience to somebody that I don't know to come up and be like, hey, can I wire up and video camera up your vehicle and like try to do a bit from the passenger seat while you're trying to drive? And I was like, man, that's not really the impression I want to leave. So
The guy I know that I approached, he's been having some tough times with his Jeep, and he's not even sure he's going to run it there. He's going to be there, but he's not sure if he's going to make any runs, and he didn't really feel comfortable letting somebody else drive it, which I totally understand because it's been such a problematic vehicle for him this year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I want it to be entertaining and a good experience for me and for people that watch. So
he was very open to the idea. He said, "I like it. I just don't
just
feel
not this
comfortable."
one. That's fine.
So
I
I
got no
told him,
problem with
don't feel,
We'll
I
figure
don't
it
want
out.
to put him in a bad place. So he's been a real good guy to me, and I don't want to put him in a bad place for that.
It's
so.
still on the list. It's just this would have been the right weekend to do it. It's just we didn't have the vehicles to do it.
Yep. I had 3 options. They all struck out. So I don't know what you want me to do.
Shit happens. We are trying to actively produce more video content, though. So there's a new video it's on both Facebook and YouTube. So check that out. It's just a little teaser from a Cars and Coffee. We're just kind of
Playing around with our fancy
kind of screwing
camera.
around. So check that out.
Justin Seibert wants to know top 10 rankings for favorite fancy waters.
Top 10.
Oh, 10?
That's what he asked for.
Oh, geez, I didn't even
I don't
know.
have. I have like a top 2. I don't even know what you want from me.
Yeah,
man.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Water Joe.
You are all about that water.
Dude,
Joe.
I love it. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It is. It's a good product. I'll give you that. I like San Pellegrino. It's probably my favorite. If I'm feeling really fancy, I'm out somewhere, I grab myself a San Pellegrino. It's good shit. Pierre's okay. I'm not a huge Pierre fan, but it works in a pinch. LaCroix, which I know is a personal favorite of Adam's.
Oh, yeah.
Any LaCroix ads that you see, I would suggest tagging Adam in them because he kind of
Please.
collects them. He kind of enjoys their marketing and advertisements. So if
That
you
one
could do
was
that-
not good.
Which one?
Whatever I had last year at Grid Life, not good.
Oh, are you talking about not this year, but the year before?
Last year.
Yeah, you still remember that?
It was not good.
You're that upset
It
about
was like a blood orange or some shit.
Oh, that may not have been the right one for you to.
It just wasn't good.
Do you like? No, you don't like coconut because you're weird.
My issue with it was
don't like
that
coconut either.
is that it tasted like really, really watered down blood orange, like soda juice thing. And I don't want it to be watered down. I want it to be the dominant flavor.
That's all. That's all you're gonna get from LaCroix.
Well, see, that's not worth it.
We'll see if we.
I'm not into it.
We'll see. We'll see if we can find you some
I
different.
don't want
LaCroix.
like a lightly flavored thing. I want it to like reach out and slap me across the face with an avalanche of flavor.
an avalanche.
You're not going to
of
get that
flavor.
with water.
I know, that's why I don't like it.
And it's calorie free. That's the other
I
thing.
had-
no Rooster Booster. I'm just saying.
I had that at a gas station in Florida one time. I bought a vitamin
Oh,
water.
LaCroix.
No, I just
Oh,
bought, I bought it in
vitamin
vitamin water, and the lady grabs it and looks at it. She goes, "Yeah, I tried this once. I didn't like it. It was too watered down." I'm like, and I just wanted to look at her and go, "It's fucking water. Of course, it's watered down."
Rooster Booster is dominantly water too, Robbie, but it's not like bleh. It's delicious.
Rooster.
Predominantly water, isn't it? Like 70% sugar
It's predominantly
By
corn
volume,
syrup.
I'm not really sure.
by weight. I don't know.
Water's like the third ingredient down on the list.
That's not predominantly water. Then that's terrible.
That's bad.
I don't know what it is.
It would carbonated water be your first ingredient.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully it
Or
would.
it's
Caffeine,
corn- it's
corn syrup, caffeine,
If you look at-
carbonated water.
If you look at a if you look at a bottle of Mountain Dew, the ingredients list, I've been told, maybe you can confirm this for me, it goes from highest to lowest by volume
Content,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
on the ingredient list.
Yeah.
Like third or fourth down on a Mountain Dew bottle, concentrated orange juice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
So I'm just drinking orange juice every morning. It's fine.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know what you
Robbie's
love.
not buying
They
that.
they actually sell one of the 5% juice if you want to really try to.
Yeah, what is that? Is that the Kickstarter that's got?
Yeah, Kickstarter.
That's got 5% juice in it.
Now
They're
Monster
kind of tasty.
Monster makes. I actually really like the Kickstarts.
Yeah.
They're good. They're not good for me, but they're good. Now Monster makes some hydrate thing, like some bullshit.
Oh, is it clear? It's a clear can.
Yeah, it's kind of a clearish can.
Yep,
yeah,
I've
plastic
seen it.
can.
We
It's
saw 'em-
sold over by flavored water.
We saw it at obviously we saw it at X Games because there was everything
Right,
there.
right.
But yeah, there were like athletes walking around with them. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't think there weren't any available to us because there were literally like coolers everywhere where we could steal them, but I couldn't find one that had that in it.
I thought about getting it for the show, but I decided it was too mainstream, and I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, Monster doesn't want to be any part of this.
Yeah, they turned us down on sponsorship already, so
Boo.
boo.
Don't drink it.
Don't even bother. Go get
So I
Rooster
can't
Booster
come up
instead.
with. There's no way I can come up with 10 waters, but I don't know. That's it for me. I enjoy, if I'm gonna have fancy water, I enjoy it carbonated. I know some people don't, but
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the carbonated water.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like the High V's carbonated water at 68
Droll
cents.
Steiner is good. What? 68's, that's not fancy water, Robbie.
No,
That's
it's
regular
not.
water.
No, it's poor people water, and
Plebeian
I like
water.
it.
We don't have any time for that.
Droll Steiner's mineral water. It's very
You're
good.
too rich for that, Robbie. You can't be drinking that
Yeah,
stuff.
but he also lives in the
You
country.
have to shop at
No,
Target
yeah,
and
he
stuff
has a-
like that.
The money's gone.
You're not understanding. There's no money.
Robbie, just embrace it.
It's all a house of cards.
There's no money in the banana stand. Here's the deal. He lives in the country now. He's got to buy Walmart branded products. He's got to buy
I drink tap water.
Yeah, exactly.
From the hose.
Gross. Hose water's the best water, though.
I have country water.
For whatever
I have
reason,
rural water.
for whatever reason, you drink it out of the sink, it's not good. But you go outside and
Drink
get
out
the
of the
same
hose?
water out of the hose, best water you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
It's always cold. It's always delicious. I don't know what the deal is.
It's definitely below Pierre somewhere, but yeah.
Oh,
no more
Michael.
water.
What's next?
Now we're on to the group. You guys get ready for this shit.
Shit's wild, bro.
Ben Futrell wants to know what we use for our podcast setup equipment wise.
Oh, a legitimate question. I see.
Started off strong.
The funny thing is, the rest of the comment is, what's the rest of his comment?
Oh, that's not a normal question.
Nah, bro. Normalest question we got on the page. Thank you very much. So for equipment,
Is he asking for trade secrets?
he might be asking for trade secrets.
Proprietary
But dude, there's
I
no.
feel like we're safe because he's not going to replicate what we've got going here.
yeah. So
But maybe he should.
so we've got. No, actually, nobody should run this setup ever. So we have a.
This is only the second time we've tried to record this tonight.
It's an Edirol. It's an A to D converter is basically what it is. It's meant for like recording bands. It's got like 15 inputs on it. It's meant to be used by a computer that I don't own that costs way too much money. But anyway, so we record a mixer output into that. We've got a Mackie mixer from literally probably 1999, if I had to guess. It's just a 12 channel or a 14 channel Mackie mixer. All that stuff goes into my Surface. We use Audacity, which is free.
We have random smattering of mics.
Robbie has the most expensive microphone. He's got a Shure SM58. I've got an Audio Technica. I don't even know what this is. It's an SM. It says it's a Pro 41, but it's an SM58 copy with a switch. Adam has a
This is
microphone
Neil
from
Thomas's
from 1983. I bought some stuff from Neil Thomas, including that Gibson SG
He's
bass
from Pleasantville.
from 1963, I think. That might be the nicest guitar I have.
We're surrounded by guitars that never get played.
So yeah, in a
He only plays them for
And
hot girls. Everyone knows.
That's the rumor,
it's a
Robbie.
trade secret.
That's the only
It's a
reason
trade
you have a
secret.
guitar.
That's a trade secret. Yeah, in a different life, I was
John Mayer. Yeah, we
I
know.
was John Mayer. Yeah,
Your body is a wonderland.
body is a wonderland.
Waterland?
Waterland.
By the
I
time
enjoy
he's
water.
done with it,
Oh shit! Shit, son.
Wow.
So my point is, besides that, was don't use anything that we use to record your
something
podcast.
better.
there's newer and more reliable things.
Of course, now
Less
podcasting
complicated.
is such a thing that they have setups. You can go in and
Podcast
buy
in a box?
podcast setup. Yeah,
Yeah.
podcast in a box.
Nick Ray still wants to know why I hate my opener, and I've come around to it. I've gotten over it. I've moved on. It's fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Don't get me wrong.
That's
But I'm just-
now that you're accustomed to
it's
it, we need
there.
to take it away.
You would do that to me, wouldn't you, Rob?
Or just change the name and move it to a different segment. To a different place in the show.
Robbie's closer.
No. It's got to be something like Adam's Shake-Up or something.
Damn it, Robbie.
Adam's lowdown.
Yep.
Probably the best question on here from Spencer Crone, of course. What is one race from any sport that if you could, you would go to? His, the Isle of Man TT.
I assume he means attend, not compete.
Sure, attend. We'll go with attend.
We'll go with attend
Let's
just to
go
keep
with
it
a
simple.
10. I don't think that my answer would change either way.
That's probably true.
So, mine personally, the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
That's my first one that jumps out at me is something.
Apparently, not only is it an incredible race and a spectacle in of itself, but I guess there's like 100,000 people there, and it's like grid life on steroids as far as like party scene and stuff like that. Apparently, the French get down. So,
Yeah, that's about all they do.
So that's probably the end all be all motorsport event in my mind.
I'll call this a motorsport event. It's not really a race, but the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
Ooh. That's a good one.
I'd go full Alex Roy, stupid
Would you
tweed
do
jacket.
the Revival or the Festival of Speed? The Revival is where they're on the track.
No.
And the Festival of
man,
Speed is
that's
when they
really
do
hard.
the hill climb.
Probably the Festival of Speed.
I don't remember which one is the one that you're like supposed to dress up in I think that's the
That's the
Revival.
It's probably the Revival.
Yeah.
They'd both be really fun. I mean, to be
For whatever
completely honest.
reason, drifting has become a really big part of the Festival of Speed.
Yeah.
It's funny how the courses are not set up for it either.
It's not a good.
plowing into.
It's really not that.
crashing into
It's
shit.
really not that good of a hill climb either.
No, I'm sure
It's not. It's not real windy and twisty. It's not.
Well, they don't run really fast cars on it either.
Yes, they do.
Do
they
they?
run like the fastest cars. Like
all I see are the
fast.
clips of the 1930.
nah, people run like modern day Formula One cars
Oh, shit.
and McLaren P1 GTRs and shit like that up that hill.
Yeah,
It's like who brought the biggest dick with them. That's kind of what it's
Yeah.
turned into.
or the smallest, depending on how fast. the car
Whoa,
is.
hey.
So,
compensation.
that's true.
Compensation.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's
if I
a good
could,
one.
I
I
don't know
like
if I could choose between the two. I want to wear the tweed jacket, but I also want to do the hill thing, just because that's the piece that sticks in my mind more so than the race.
Yeah. Robbie?
I think that my first thought was 24 Hours of Le Mans, but I think that Spencer's got it right with the Isle of Man TT. I'm still fascinated with
Yeah.
motorcycle racing, and they're fucking crazy. So
I don't-
I'd be sitting with my mouth open the whole time, going, "Is that really fucking happening? Is he really going
That guy
fast?
just go by
Are they
it.
robots?
He really do
It's
that?
160 miles an hour.
Is this real?
There's a curb right there.
He could die like right now.
Literally in front of me. I could die.
If he closed his eyes for like 2 more seconds, dead.
Both of us.
All of us, all 10 of us, dead.
Very
I think
true.
all of those are correct answers. It's
Yes.
good. Definitely one of the better questions, Spencer. Thank you.
Thanks for staying on topic.
Because then we get to this shit show from Mike Donnelly. What is love?
Don't hurt me.
Baby, don't
And that's
hurt
exactly
me.
what the next person said.
Don't
Baby, don't hurt me.
No more. Michael, you were going to take a stab at this on the show.
Oh, shit, I forgot about
you
this.
literally said, I will take a stab at this on the show.
Love is when you it's when you text back the next day. That's love.
Wow. Love is never having to say you're sorry.
No. Even I know that's not true.
Or love is a variety of different emotional and mental states, typically strongly and positively experienced. That ranges from deepest interpersonal affection to simple pleasure.
Love is a lie that we've all been sold by the greeting card industry and by mainstream media, movie, and television, and it's a lie.
Jeez. Urban Dictionary let me down. I was going to grab an Urban
No, don't go to Urban
one, but it let
Dictionary.
me down. It was actually like semi-serious.
You know what love is? A shank in the heart when you least expect it.
It's also true. Love is that moment where you're finally driving your project car right before it starts making that weird vibration. That's love.
Yeah.
That moment, that second where all is good. That's love.
Yeah, love is the emotion that keeps you from lighting that match and throwing it in the end.
Exactly.
I love this car. I love this car. I love this car.
I love this car.
Yep.
We're done?
We're going to follow that one up
We
with,
did okay with that.
Zachary Carroll wants to know what happened to Michael's girlfriend.
When he
to which Don corrects, girlfriends.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means by that. Does he mean whatever.
She got mentioned on one episode that never heard from again.
That was literally. I know which episode he's talking about. God forbid I ever think that I'm going to be in a long-term relationship with anybody. But that was literally like 3 girlfriends ago.
Was that the one that Robbie worked with?
I think so.
That's
yeah,
awesome,
And that was
When he commented that, I went, "Oh, we're done with AMAs. We'll never do another one of these." Ask Michael a personal question.
Nope. It's all right. It's, you know what? The line between my personal life and this show has gotten more and more blurred the longer we've done.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It is what it is.
Oh, I don't even know what these words are. Austin Covey of Radial Podcast fame
Podcast war.
wants to know: is Michael on Tren or D-Bowl? How do I swole?
How do you swell? It's a good question. It's a good question, bro. I get this question a lot of time. Personally, I'm a big. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna answer that.
What is Tren and D-Bowl? I don't
They're-
even.
they're-
These are terms I'm not
they're
aware of.
for lack of a better term, they're steroids.
Is that what
I
it
don't know
is?
if they're technically like,
HGH?
If they're so HGH is not a steroid.
No.
But-
are those HGH?
No.
No.
So they are. I don't know if those are technically anabolic steroids, but those are for lack. The correct term would be performance enhancing drugs.
You would fail a drug test.
You
if
would
took it.
fail. So if you were in a competitive sport and you were having testing done by WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency,
Which is great.
you would be. Robbie just caught a fly.
Caught a
out
fly in midair.
in midair.
It's going in the bottle.
It's going in the peanut butter and jelly. He can enjoy that. You would fail the test. A lot of competitive
Don't drink
bodybuilders and stuff take those drugs. Don't take those drugs.
So
Keep it clean.
he follows it up. Real talk here. I want to know what y'alls. He said y'alls because he's from Oklahoma. I can barely even say it.
Weren't you born in Oklahoma?
No, I was not born in Oklahoma. I lived for a year in Oklahoma. Like literally the day after my dad got his job there, we were already looking for a new job in another place. to
Oh, so
live.
he's a Southerner.
I was born in Kansas. It's like as Midwest as you get.
Yeah, but he lived in the
Yeah.
South. He lived in the South
Yeah,
technically.
Kansas is.
And where I lived in Oklahoma, even Oklahoma doesn't want to claim
That they're Southern.
it's a real bad place. Anyway, what are we driving in 10 years? Best case scenario.
LS1s, everybody.
Everybody, yeah. I'm gonna. Well, my plan is my 10-year plan is to LS swap the Maserati, and then at the end of that 10 years have a like a 430 or something, and just trash that motor too. Just throw that shit away.
Put an LS
I'm not
in
even
that,
gonna
too.
put it. I'm not even gonna put it on eBay. Just put it in the garbage. LS swaps for life. Bro.
Wait, is he talking to us or the general you, like the general public?
No, he's
No,
talking
it's
about
us.
us.
What's our
specifically.
goal in 10 years? What do you want to be driving? Like real talk, seriously. Where do you hope to be in your car life 10 years from now?
The 240 is an absolute drift missile only, or race car only. I'll be daily driving a nice pick 'em up truck.
Redneck.
No, not like a jacked up truck. I won't be rolling coal. And then
Never say never on this podcast, Robbie.
I don't think I'll ever be that guy.
I hope
I feel
not.
pretty confident about that one.
I thought we were better friends than that, so yeah.
You got anything else?
Yeah, I don't know what I would do.
You
for,
need
like,
a-
legit. Like I'm the car that keeps jumping into my mind is a Lotus.
So you're gonna go full drift spec on the 240. Does that mean full beat the?
No. I'm not going to
Okay.
take
So you're not
away
gonna-
the
okay.
pride and the looks of it.
You're not gonna be like, this is my car that I tried to ride walls with. Okay.
No.
Still a street car.
Oh, that's
Things
not
like
that's
that.
not full
There,
drift.
there might be a legit missile car where that I don't care what it looks like. I think that one I want to have like show and go and drift and like have it just always be visually aesthetically pleasing.
Ricer is
Okay.
what he's trying to
Yeah,
say.
Whatever.
he's
Just
a little
isn't
bit
willing to say
ricer,
it.
a little ricer for
It's
sure.
all good.
So, but then you might have a Lotus.
Yeah, we'll go with Lotus.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
I not real sure what car. I just want a time attack vehicle. I want to be at a place where I can actually be doing time attack, like experience wise, and I just need an enclosed trailer and a motorhome at that point, and life is as good as it gets. So
Actually,
Life.
I want to be able to pack my wife and children up, child probably, up,
One child.
singular child,
my wives and children. Let's go.
my wives and child, maybe.
It could
That
happen.
sounds like a
You never
pain
know.
in the ass.
You never know.
I don't
I don't-
barely could maintain
Moving
the one I
to,
have.
moving to Utah.
I just want to be able to pack them up and go to the racetrack on the weekends.
No, I get
Take
that.
all of us. Do make it a family thing. That's what I want in my life.
Yeah. Actually, in 10 years, I hope to have like a kit car or something being built, like a DDR.
Oh, that's a good
Motorsport.
one. Yeah, I like that.
Not a replica. I don't think I'll ever do that, but like a kit car, something built from scratch, almost, or like from a box.
An LS1 kit car.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get straight.
DDR, Ultima,
Yeah.
SLC, that
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yeah,
I like it.
I would love to do that. In 10 years, at least be
Word.
started.
I think for me, I mean, to really improve my Tinder game, probably realistically a Porsche
Did you
911.
just say improve your Tinder game?
Do you still have Tinder?
No, I don't. I don't use it. But
You should install it so we can play on it and get dates for you.
Oh, please.
no,
We used to do that.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why not?
Why? Are you kidding me?
We could film it and put
Why
it on
not?
YouTube. It'd be
no,
funny.
No, it would not be funny. It would be terrible.
It'd be like a hidden camera show.
It'd be the worst case scenario.
We pick the dates and you go on it.
Literally be the worst thing I could imagine.
Or the best thing you could imagine.
If Jess wants to do that for me, I would be accepting of it. If either of you two nerds wants to do it, absolutely not.
Can we be there when she does this?
No.
That's not fair.
How is that not fair?
Can Katie be a part of it?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know what that says about her.
I feel like Katie probably would too, but I feel like Jess honestly would have my best intentions in mind. I don't trust any of the rest of you.
She'd pick all nice girls for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I need in my life, Robbie.
Bunch of nice girls?
Yeah, not me choosing my own women to date.
Yeah, because you fail at that.
I fail at it pretty bad. Shit happens.
Wow.
That's life, man.
It is life. That's what happens. So anyway, my car. I do actually want a 996 turbo, but all the 911 hype has kind of ruined that for me. But who knows? I may still want one. But yeah, a pickup would be nice, I suppose. I really do want to put an LS in something dumb though. I'm really thinking the Maserati's a good choice. Just something obnoxious.
I approve.
Just because I want the technical exercise of doing it, and then I also want people on Car Throttle to get really upset about it because they don't understand any of the work that goes into it, and I find that really funny. Just the lack of understanding I find to be kind of entertaining. So
This next one is really complicated. So Chris Raver posted this picture that has a whole bunch of questions.
don't do. Just pick a couple. We're not
Okay,
we're not
so-
going to answer them because they're gibberish.
George Manning had a few for all of us, which I'm going to skip because it's gibberish. He had one for me and for Robbie,
Okay.
and then two for Michael.
Okay,
How about we do
we'll
that?
do those.
Robbie, our question. Best Methodist Church handicap walkway railing to skate.
Wait, best Methodist church hand railing to skate.
Yep. Handicap rail.
They used to have one in Hall that was on the north side of town. I can't remember what the church is called. It's between the Christian school and the elementary school. But it was probably 2 stories tall, but it was really long. I always wanted to do it before I was tall enough to
like a
actually...
big drop rail?
Yeah, just a handrail all the way down the big set of stairs.
Okay.
And that, I'll bet it was 50 feet long. And my goal growing up was like, when I get tall enough to jump up to that, I'm going to skate that. And they tore it out and put an elevator in, and I never got a chance to.
Those bastards.
There was another one just like that was on just a sloping hill in Jackson, Minnesota that I always wanted to hit, and I never got a chance to do that either because I was a working professional at the time, and I knew that if I got kicked out of there, my employer would know.
It's not a good deal. I think the only handicap rail I ever skated that was at a church, I don't even know if it was a Methodist church or not, but that'd be probably the one in Algona. So
Do we skate that one?
I don't think that I ever skated that. I don't know that I ever street skated with you in Algona. I think we only park skated.
We park skated in Algona.
So I don't have a ton of good answers. I did mostly park skating. I was a giant park rat. Michael,
Yes.
vape in the shower? Question mark?
Oof, I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's no other scenario attached to that. Is there just straight up vape in the shower?
Just as
I
vape.
suppose no, because I
It
don't.
doesn't even have a question mark, Frank. It just says
Okay,
vape in the shower. It's more of a statement.
Sounds like
than
an
a question.
action. Yeah, if somebody. I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say if somebody wants to send me a vape pen, I suppose I will. But no, I'm not even going to
Don't do that.
I'm not even going to
Put
do
that
that.
out there.
Don't send us weird shit. No, I suppose.
And then, how did you turn into this monster? I don't even know you anymore.
Internet fame, bro. I mean, it does some wild things. When literally.
Wait, who's asking this? Or is it
That would be George Manning.
not every one of his ex-girlfriends?
Bird.
Damn.
I love it. Robbie.
Robbie's a savage.
Wait, what?
Takeshi or Ito Yasutoko?
So I saw this. I had to look this shit up.
You didn't know who
like,
that
are
was?
these drifters? What is this?
No, pro.
Nah, dude, they're like pro vert,
Yeah, I figured it out.
Rollerbladers.
But I looked at the
Brothers.
first dude.
and they're brothers.
Okay, so I didn't know the first dude's. I didn't know they were brothers. I didn't know the
yeah.
first dude's first name was the second, also the second dude's last name. So I just looked up the first. I was lost. I'm like sunk into this Google because what's his name again? The first guy.
Takeshi.
I look up Takeshi. Nothing. Nothing to indicate that I would know what this is. Not a damn thing. Just searching through Google. The fuck is this?
What the hell is
Bunch
it?
of Japanese websites. I'm like,
2 clicks away from porn, man.
yeah. I was like, I don't want to click on anything for sure because there'll be a virus in here somewhere.
Yep, Takeshi or Ito Yasutogo.
I always thought Takeshi was the better skater.
I think Ito was probably the more successful one.
Yeah.
But I always liked Takeshi better.
Yep. Incredible vert skaters.
Ridiculously good.
Like they're out of a
Google either or YouTube either one of them. Watch some of their vert runs. The pinnacle of vert rollerblading. Period.
you get like 20 feet of air.
Incredibly talented people. So he also wants to know, basically the easiest question of all time: Airborne or Brink?
Brink.
Brink.
Brink is the greatest
All
skater movie ever.
day, every day.
I don't take those bullshit.
Even
cold
though
remedies.
Airborne had Chris Edwards, arguably the most important skater of all time, Brink still for sure.
Cold remedies. Next.
Somehow, I missed Zach Burt, so I'm going to double back on him because he wants to know: are SK2 fatties outdated? Which they certainly aren't. You could absolutely skate those bad boys.
Yeah, those actually came back.
Those probably
Last
aren't
2 years.
UFS compatible. Not a big deal.
Did they come back with new ones?
They did bring out some new K2 fatties.
They had
Yes,
varsities not too long ago,
the
too. I thought.
varsities weren't. They weren't the worst looking skate either.
I didn't like K2, though.
He also wants to know what's one mod you would do to each other's cars.
This is a great question.
Oh, you were getting so riced out. Ricing both your vehicles.
It's fine. I've got the drift pass. He doesn't.
I want to put Basazuko exhaust on Michael's RX-7. I want that.
Speaking of, Mr. Burt sent me a message and said, "No, sir, you're not allowed to do that." And the reason is because you can't ride any walls.
I don't agree with that statement.
If you make it straight enough, you can. Like a 90 degree straight up.
You want to put a 90-degree on the end of your exhaust and take it straight up.
And it also
Then have it-
doesn't
have it-
necessarily.
You're still going to rip it off.
It doesn't necessarily have to come out of the back bumper.
Come up through the
You're
trunk.
just making rules that I did not place on this. You
You
were
want-
putting restrictions on yourself here,
You want me to drill a hole through my trunk, which is where my battery
Fucking
is,
stacks,
and it goes.
bro.
And I don't have a trunk, by the way.
Zoomies and then go Bazazuka. out of there.
Zumi Basazuko.
Okay, well, Zach Burt can reply back with how stupid this is. I'll let you guys.
We never said it wasn't
And
stupid.
I don't know why you couldn't ride the wall with Basazuko.
because you're going to rip them off.
Nah, you just
Not
throw
if you're
sparks and
close.
shit.
Yeah.
No, dude, you'll for sure rip those off.
Make them out of titanium. It'll spark nice.
That's why people have drift armor
You could,
bumpers
you
because
could make them your wing supports.
Yeah.
no. Burt agrees with me right now.
I don't care. You're both wrong.
He's not on the show. Doesn't matter.
What would you do to Michael's car?
Can we go back to that? Oh, let's think about yours.
Oh, God. My car's going to end up so fucked up.
First, we're going to start off with the candy gold flake green.
Yes, gold base coat.
Yes,
Green.
gold base coat,
Green second
candy
coat.
green,
It's already gold.
low rider colors, and then I want to get
Oh, dude,
yeah,
13-inch Dayton, son.
Yep.
with white walls.
yeah, but the
Damn
rims
it.
have to be gold plated.
Yeah, for sure.
God damn it.
100 spokes, homie. Oh, and hydraulics. How
No,
about
no,
it?
no, no, no.
Come on.
I just want it to look like a low rider, but nothing else
It
changes.
still is autocross car.
Yes.
I
I
like
was going to be semi-nice to you, Robbie, but I'm not anymore.
I want to see somebody with some Daytons on, full blown '90s Snoop Dogg doing an autocross.
I could probably get some slicks on those.
That's what I'm saying. Probably destroy them, bend them.
Details.
Robbie's getting hella flush, yo. He's getting stance lifed for sure.
You son of a bitch.
If you're gonna be that way about it, Robbie, I was gonna be nice. I was gonna like put a blower on it or something.
Yeah.
No, stance life for life.
took it
Static for sure.
took it too far.
No,
Static.
Robbie, nothing's too far when
Static.
you're low ridering Mike.
Static underglow, like explode speakers, like not even a good system. Not even a good
and
system.
like 35 degrees of negative camber. all the way
LEDs that
around.
flash and shit on
195s on 13-inch wide wheels.
What,
Fuck
son?
Yeah.
You can go to Hot Import Nights, hang out with your buddies down
Put
there,
some 20s all the way around on it.
listen to the Teriyaki Boys. Hell yeah, dude. Shit's
I
wild.
don't know what I ever did to you to go that.
You know what I was gonna say? It was trying to be nice about this. I was like, man, I want you to put a welded diff in there. I want you to do this drifting thing.
See,
right.
I was gonna put like a blower on it or something cool, you know. But no, he had to be a dick about it,
He did.
so I
He
took
did
it.
start off a little strong.
What? I just changed the color. That's it.
You made it look like an Impala,
It
but
hurts
from the
me.
80s.
Hurts me deep, Robbie.
The problem is though, he would. The problem is if we put a bunch of LED lights in it, he'd be like, "Oh, you guys are dicks," and then he'd go home at night and he'd play with the remote. You know what I mean?
Heck
Like
yeah.
switch the lights
I
back. and forth.
program it so when I go drifting, I can.
Get a
Light
custom
shit up.
license plate that says the Ricer on it. Duh, Ricer.
Doe Ricer.
Just gotta
Duh,
own it.
Ricer. So, yeah. I don't know. Zachary Carroll, Bush Light or Natty Light?
I don't drink. I definitely don't drink that shit.
I haven't had either one of those since college, but
I responded with Smirnoff Ice just because I thought it was funny. I can genuinely say I've never had a Bush or a Natty Light.
Bush. I think Bush is better tasting.
Bush is going to be better for sure.
I don't drink like at all, so I'm really lame that way.
I haven't had either one of those since college, like I said,
Yep.
and they're both awful. So, but let's go with Bush.
Mike Donnelly's redeeming. Well, he didn't really go down because he was my skater question homie. So, if you were given the budget to compete with any series or class, what would it be? Michael's Formula D. Where are you going, Robbie?
Yeah. Yeah, we all do that one.
Am I wrong?
No, you're exactly right.
Where are you going, Robbie?
He's going F1. Don't even
I am
fuck with
going
me.
F1. I am going
He's
F1.
going on the path to F1.
World Time Attack. So
No surprises there, really.
no,
I don't think.
I think that was
We
a
all
pretty
knew that
obvious one. This one's especially for me. I even got tagged in it. Those damn millennial kids are on your lawn again. What do you reach for to shoo them away? My response: my front bumper.
What's your
aggressive.
What's
I'm
your
running them over.
He's not throwing a bumper at him. He's not throwing a bumper at him. It's aggressive. It's aggressive.
I'm just taking the collar off my dog.
He's small, but he's scrappy.
It's an expensive-
I'm scared of your dog. He tried to bite me once.
Hey, he actually bit a lady once.
Shit happens.
He's aggressive.
$1,200.
What? For what?
7 stitches.
Oh, no. Seriously.
Yep.
That's terrible.
I got real quick on the trigger with the shot collar after that one.
Yeah, no kidding. Was this in West Des Moines?
No, I was in Hull. I got lucky. If it was in West Des Moines, I wouldn't have a dog anymore.
Oh. Bad deal.
James Sartrez, favorite dinosaur, and why?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Velociraptor. Oh, we're not doing it.
Wait, what? What happened?
I didn't know what was happening, but yes, absolutely.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor. For
Although, mine is the Jurassic Park version of Velociraptor because those are 6 feet tall.
not the bird one with the feathers.
No, I want to believe that Jurassic Park's is how they are.
Is an ostrich a dinosaur?
Sure, why not?
I'll allow it.
Okay, I thought he was going to argue with me. Never mind. Just trying to piss him off with dinosaur stuff.
It's a bird.
I'm not going to argue with facts.
Well, it's not.
That's why Robbie's obsessed with birds of prey, is because they're
It's a
descendants of
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Hawks, eagles. He gets all excited when he sees a bird of prey. It's hilarious.
The other day I
He
was
does. He literally walks around and goes, "Look, a bird of prey."
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Robbie.
actually, what day was it? Saturday. Jess was in the middle of talking about something, and then we were driving up Fleur to go to that banquet thing that her work was putting on. And then as we're getting off the exit, a hawk flew down and grabbed a mouse or whatever was down there.
Most metal thing
I was like,
ever,
wait,
isn't it?
look at that.
Stop everything you're
Just
doing.
completely cut her off.
James also wants to know, what new skill would you like to learn to further your automotive habit? Welding, tube bending, porting, etc.
Ooh.
I need motor rebuilding. So,
Welding's top on my list. I can weld, but I'm not proficient. And definitely TIG welding's on that list. Especially now that I'm a weld engineer. I feel like I have to be really good at it.
I'm glad that you take that approach to engineering, because there's far too many people who don't.
Yeah, no, I need to.
There's far too many engineers out there who engineer things they could never do.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's unacceptable.
I know. I agree wholeheartedly. So
So I need like more classes. As if I needed more classes.
Yeah, you
Like,
need
I
more
programming,
classes.
right?
no more programming, more welding, and porting. I need to do porting this winter.
I really want to up my engine building game. That whole thing fascinates me, and I want to be better at it.
Tigging and panel forming.
Like bodywork.
Yeah.
I can teach you some of that. And then all the stuff I'm not good at, I can have Josh teach you even better.
I have a friend who's very good at it. Well, Ben,
There you go,
very good at it as well.
Ben.
His name is Ben.
Just
My
come,
old college roommate.
just come to my shop and spend time with me once in a while. We can
Whoa.
do body
Robbie,
work.
you
No.
don't even want us there. Like, literally, you have said many times, I would rather struggle all day than call one of you for
Yeah,
half
actually,
an
that's a
hour
good
of
point.
help.
When I first
So don't
met,
even put that on
when
us.
I first met Robbie, he had that SR20 garbage before he saw the light, and I was talking to him, and
you
he's like,
shared walls physically.
shared. I know, and I'm like, he's like, I got to change my transmission. I was like, oh, cool, man, just hit me up. I'll come over and help you. Nah,
The phone conversation would have taken longer than you to walk over there.
I know. And,
Still didn't call you.
No, he didn't call me. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, hey, bro, when are we going to do your transmission?
Oh,
no,
so
I
you're done.
did it already. Oh, okay, cool.
I almost
didn't-
died twice,
I thought we were
but I
friends.
did it by myself.
I thought we were friends. That's fine.
You were on a date. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Text me,
That
bro.
Tinder life, man.
Yeah,
You don't even,
text
it's
me.
not your fault, Robbie.
I just assume he's on a date at all times.
That
Oh,
used to be
he's-
the
he's
the
not-
old game.
He's not responding to my text. He's on a date.
You didn't text me.
I knew better.
It wasn't worth the text. Zachary Carroll wants us to play Fuck, Marry, Kill with the Top Gear UK hosts.
Not doing it. That's weird.
I don't know which. I don't know the new ones very well.
Isn't it like 3 dudes?
Yeah, it's all dudes.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not playing that game.
He said apparently it gets really weird and there's only one answer if we do it with the 10-10s host.
Yeah, which I also thought that was weird. I was like, maybe I should ask him, and then I was like, wait, I don't think I
Wait,
want to know.
yeah.
It's just, you just live with that.
Am I getting killed?
I'm going to screw myself, so.
Well, you know what
I'd
you do in
screw
your
me.
free time, not on the podcast, is your business. But as far as this show goes, I don't want to answer that question.
Dustin Nixon, you each get to take one of the other's vehicles to an automotive event of your choosing. Maybe extend it to families' vehicles to spice things up. Which one? And where are you going?
Well, since you riced out my 240, I'm taking your Omni.
To Hot Import Nights?
No, and I'm doing a demolition derby, asshole.
He's very protective of the 240.
Wow. Wow, Robbie. I want the Fiat.
For what reason?
I want a track day of the Fiat, like a Sunday fun day.
Oh, we can make that happen.
That's what I would want to do. I don't know that I would, even if he offered it to me, because I'd for sure break it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It'd be
It's a
the one.
delicate
The
time.
one
I can't
time
drive someone else's
in the
car.
last 2 years.
It's gone
Greg,
way too long without like a major catastrophic failure, and I don't want to be in the driver's seat.
You
when
would.
it
You
happens.
would
odds-
feel
the
pretty
odds are not
shitty
good.
because
Yeah.
it's worked great for 2
Yeah,
years.
exactly. And I've not had a good track record for the last 2 years. So,
I'm breaking cars.
but if I had to take somebody's vehicle here, I would definitely take the Fiat because I love that little thing.
I would take Robbie's 240 and do wall rides with it, so that he would finally turn it into a drift car. Be like, well, it's fucked up now, bro. You might as well do it.
I took it drifting.
Wall rides, like import face off people, like
I'm
against
not
the wall.
I'm not skilled enough for that.
Yeah,
yet.
me neither. Your car will be fucked up when you get it back. But my point
It
is,
won't
you
be
could at least
straight.
turn it. You could turn it into a drift car.
It's not straight already. It doesn't matter.
It'll be even less straight.
Well, yeah, but then the body won't be straight. So at least you just turn
The
it.
body's
into a
not
drift
straight
car.
now. It's got a big hole in it.
But you won't have any bumpers.
on the bottom side of the side skirt, there's a hole, and there's a big hole in the body.
It's a big hole in the corner.
It's got a decent hole in it, but I would.
Barely
It
even
needs more
noticeable.
holes in it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yes.
You gotta take pride in your shit, man.
Adam Jabay, what you listening to? Not Slip Angle.
I'll tell you
There's
that.
never any new ones.
Oh shit! It's aggressive.
In his defense, there was one that came out today,
Dang it.
but still funny.
Honestly, like the only podcast I listen to is
I think
Speed
he
Secrets
specifically said here, I mean music.
music. We talked about this on our group a while back.
Robbie's listening to Butcher Babies
I listen to Butcher Babies. They're awesome.
on mute.
Yeah.
They're so hot.
Throughout my
Literally, like every week, Michael will have like some weird EDM bass nectar thing going, and Robbie will show up here and he'll start playing Butcher Babies and just sit there and whisper to himself about how hot they are. It gets really weird every week. I don't know what the deal is.
the new Avenged Sevenfold album is pretty dope. Newish.
I always go back to a day to remember.
Let's see what else. I don't know. I have this thing where I like EDM, but then like when you got here, I was digging through YouTube trying to find something. It's all like it's gone really pop, and nothing seems good.
The problem with EDM is you can't listen to it quietly.
No, it's
And-
great for the
And
gym.
it needs a lot of bass, which is also sometimes hard to accomplish.
It's great for the gym, But yeah, like I don't know. If you try to go to like YouTube or Google or whatever, like EDM list, you get Chainsmokers for all of it, and it's all garbage. It's not. I mean, it's not all garbage, but like I don't want to listen to Coldplay and Chainsmokers collaborate on music ever. So yeah. Another one would be like 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, well, even 2000s hip hop. Ludacris, Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Lots of dad rock. That's all I listen to. If I'm not listening to podcasts, I'm listening to like dad rock. I'm sorry. I'm terribly cliche. It happens. Chandler Marr. One food that desperately needs to be chicken fried but isn't.
Pizza.
Ooh, I would eat that for
Dude,
sure.
somebody for sure has done that. I'm sure on YouTube.
I couldn't think of anything that was like chicken fried but isn't. I don't really know.
It's got to be pizza.
You got anything, Robbie?
I don't really chicken fry anything.
I don't chicken
love
fry
chicken
anything
fried
either. It's
steak.
not part of the swole life, but
I love chicken fried steak.
cheat days happen.
Cheat day would be chicken fried pizza.
Why not?
I don't know how you do that. It'd get real messy in your fryer, I feel like. But
Maybe if it's cold though. Maybe if it was cold, it would stick together until you could get it partially fried.
Maybe you just like put some chicken fried steak on your pizza. Maybe
Nah,
That defeats the purpose.
That
it's
doesn't sound
cheating.
quite
It's
right.
not the right thing.
Chicken fried sushi.
Ooh, I would
they
probably
do that though.
want that
They
one.
do that. Haven't you had fried? It's like
Tempura.
panko.
It's not
Whatever.
chicken fried though.
No, it's not chicken
Nah,
fried.
we'll,
No.
we'll try that first.
Don Boss, if you had an investor that would be willing to cover the cost, would you be game for doing a real car challenge, where you each buy a car for $1,000 and then drive it to a series of events? Obviously, that's a yes, 150%.
Of course it is.
So can I take this one? I was thinking about this because I saw this question.
Okay,
So what it would take to do this, if we wanted to undertake it or somebody wanted to pay for us to do this, it would take at least 2 more cameras than we have now, like actual 1080p 60 frame cameras, big, larger
people to man them.
4/3 format cameras. It would take more GoPros than we have.
Oh, yeah.
It would take Thomas. We just need him to be there and do something. We need him to edit it probably also.
Yeah. That's a lot of editing.
You just need to be there to tell people what to do. I don't know. I guess that would probably be it. You know what sucks
Yeah.
about that? Because we talked about buying a cheap car to do something stupid with. You'd have to register and insure 3 cars because I'm not doing that roadkill thing. Like we don't have enough.
Yeah.
We don't have enough insurance and attorneys to
yeah.
deal with the
I
repercussions.
need a
of
driver's
that.
license to go to work every day.
Right.
So I have to do this legally.
Right. And in
then-
Iowa, you don't have to have inspections, so that would help.
But then $3,000 cars quickly ramps up.
Right, so it's $1,000 car plus tax, title, and insurance, and then for however long you have them, you have to pay insurance on it. And obviously, if you
We could just do it for a month. I mean,
right, but then you go to sell it, you get your registration, part of your registration back, so that would be good. But you don't get
You
the
really
tax
expect
back.
to be able to sell these things?
Probably not.
Yeah.
no,
So now
they're
you're
going to
s-
the scrapyards for sure.
So now you got to get rid of 3 cars, which hopefully you can get some money out of them on the back end.
Definitely not enough to cover.
Not enough to cover it. no.
Scrap prices are pretty low these days.
So you're basically planning on writing them off entirely.
Right.
So it would take, even if you bought $3,000 cars, I think it would take $5,000 to do it.
At least.
Especially,
All said and done.
especially if you're going to start paying your cameramen and stuff like that.
Yeah, Thomas needs to be paid to do that kind of stuff. That'd
sure.
be a huge undertaking.
And we need more than
That's
just one guy.
That's
too.
the thing that is difficult about video. I was going to say sucks about video. I guess it sucks about video is that it's like, we should just shoot this thing, and then you're like, yeah, but how? And like, when are you going to get the time to do it? And
Where?
then edit it? And then do you have a big enough computer to edit it? And where are we going to do it? And like, if we do it, then we need another person to.
Well, because like he suggested motorsport style events. Like, so now we got to pay track fees. Are we renting a track or are we just paying for a track
Right.
day?
So-
What track day providers gonna be like? Sure, bring your $1,000 hoopties onto my track day and shoot your video.
Yeah, and then blow up, and we'll have to clean all the oil and antifreeze
so we're
off our
gonna.
track.
So you got to have track rental. That's gonna be cheap. That stuff adds up really fast.
know.
That's the hard part.
That's the
about
real, that is the bummer about it because it seems reasonable, and then you
the
try to plan it.
The $3,000 worth of cars is the cheap part of the whole deal.
Yeah, it's more like if you wanted to do it at a track, rented, it would be like I know where we could rent a track reasonably, but it would be like $6,000 or $7,000 just to do
Right.
one,
Right.
and then the logistics of getting rid of all that shit once we were done with it.
Last one. Chris Ravert wants to know, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck had a trebuchet?
All of it, I
I
guess.
feel like you could do a lot of woodchucking with a trebuchet. Just like pumpkin chucking.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I don't know.
So,
All the wood. Just chucked.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's move on to the news presented by Petrolbox.
We'll start this off with Tesla temporarily disabled emergency auto braking in some of their vehicles.
so explain what they did to me, or what they did to these people here.
Tell us
Robbie.
what the Tesla did to you.
All right, so these people bought, basically anything since the Model 3 production came out last July. So any vehicle basically after that, they had a hardware upgrade, and then in order to better utilize that, they also needed a software update to go with it, is my understanding.
Yes.
And as a result of that, they disabled the auto emergency braking on all these vehicles until they had everything sorted out. So I don't know if they just got letters in the mail saying, "Oh, by the way,
That's how I read
this
it.
feature that you purchased your car for, or the feature on your vehicle that you spent extra money for, is no longer there. It'll come back when we feel like it." I don't know.
So what I read is that, yes, they were notified by letter in the mail, which I think is a really
After the fact,
I hope that, see, that's the thing. Like, so if I'm notified by a letter in the mail, first of all, what's to say I got that letter? And then you're removing a safety feature? Sounds sketchy. To me, the right way to notify these people, because they're doing this through over the air updates, you know?
yeah.
These cars, they're on the matrix, they're on the grid. And to me, the right way to do it would be to have a warning that pops up
Hey, by the
like
way,
the next 5 times that the vehicle is started.
And you have to click accept, and then
Yeah.
they could log that somebody
Yes.
clicked accept.
Somebody clicked accept. This person has been notified. Do it multiple times.
That's fair.
That, to me, is the most correct way to disable a safety feature.
So to be fair, they said that it was going to come back in 6 weeks.
Yeah, that was the other thing. They had a 6-week maximum timeline for its return. So, but my big thing is this, like, it's not Tesla or anything like that specifically. It's just the fact that manufacturers are at a point where they can add, change, remove, alter functionalities on my vehicle without my permission over the air.
yeah, I got a problem with
It is an important thing to consider because previously it's just been phones. And what's the worst case scenario with your phone? It bricks your phone and then somebody else has a phone. Like if you had an emergency and something happened and your phone didn't work, there's probably somebody else around that has a phone, you know, unless you're in a scenario where you're by yourself or something like that. So the risk potential is pretty low.
But like if I had some, you know, if I'm updating to the newest version of the operating system, I probably had to do it plugged in at home on my Wi-Fi. So I would know my phone is bricked before I needed it in an emergency scenario
Also true.
that I was by myself anyway.
Yep.
But a car, I feel like it's kind of sketchy.
I think they do need to take extra consideration. I'm going to play devil's advocate because I feel like this whole news segment is going to turn into an echo chamber if I don't.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is it's a feature you should never utilize.
rely on.
It's a feature you should never rely on.
absolutely, 100%.
So there's the only scenario where you would use emergency braking is where some freaking weird thing happened in a scenario where there's no way you could have reacted in time to stop, or you were not doing what you were supposed to be doing. And in either one of those, well, so in the first case, there's a chance that the automatic emergency braking wouldn't have saved you anyway. And in the second scenario, it was your fault.
Yeah.
So your point is very valid.
Mine's more broad
General.
scale.
Yeah.
Not specifically emergency braking, not
Yep.
specifically autonomous cars, not specifically Tesla. Just the fact that they can do this without my permission and in my opinion, a very poor way of notification.
Yeah, see, to me, it's even bigger on that, too, just because it feels like to me that these car companies are pushing cars out with new technology
that's not sorted out.
Yeah, it's not ready for the general public. And they're like, we'll just throw a beta sticker on it and call it a day. This is technically a beta test, but it's full production, and I can change it as I feel, or you accept the risk that this car isn't completely what it says it's supposed to be.
I didn't accept the risk that your car isn't ready to go.
Yeah.
I, as a person who am sharing the road with that car.
I don't know. Like in the past, if you had something like this, they would recall a vehicle. You'd have to change it and get it to compliance, and it wasn't something like a safety feature or, I'll go back to like the autopilot stuff like that too. Is just they're throwing it out there, going, yeah, we'll use this and we'll log all the mileage and we'll use that data to make it better. But at the same time, you're putting it into production. It's not ready.
Yeah,
it's not utilized the way it should be,
and it allows them to be more sloppy about rolling out things.
That's exactly how it looks to me. Like if I say I'm on the OEM side in my business and I make a fuel nozzle for an airplane, and I'm like, well, we'll figure out the details after we ship it to the airline.
That's future Robbie's problem.
That's future
Robbie's problem.
If that burns a hole in the side of the engine at 35,000 feet, we'll figure it out after the fact.
We'll just release an over-the-air update.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I mean, it's just stuff like that. That's kind of, obviously it's a huge stretch on my part, but
I get it.
That's how it appears to me. Is like we're like, yeah, it's 85% of the way there. It's a B+. We'll ship it.
That's how I feel about a lot of phones, video games, software in general. How many video games that have come out lately that are just buggy as hell and get better over time?
Yeah,
because they keep releasing updates. That game was not ready for market. You pushed it to market because you're money hungry.
Yep. No, it needed to be done in September, god dang it. And then they ship it. And then they're like, here's for the next 6 weeks, you have an update that takes an hour and a half to download.
Yeah. I just don't like it. I feel like this shouldn't be being hashed out in hindsight on automobiles. They're too big. They're too dangerous. That is sketchy to me. It leads us down a dangerous path.
Fair point.
Playing with fire. Moving on.
What do we got next?
Continental has released a concept tire wheel combination that can sense the road surface and adjust its contact patch and pressure. Kind of crazy.
Good, because I wanted to pay more for tires. I been sitting around all week going, God,
I've got all these free tires.
I got all these free tires, but there's something here that's just not tripping my trigger.
Got a lot of
if
tires.
I could spend
and a lot of money.
$3,000 on a set of tires.
There's no way.
Ugh.
There's no way.
Man,
$3,000.
Are you serious?
There's no way.
Are you serious?
It's a wheel tire combination that has sensors in the wheel and the tire, so it can tell if it's on icy roads, just a hot blacktop, or like cement versus.
Are you saying there's no way that they're only $3,000?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're way more than that.
I agree.
So, say we're going down the highway at 80 miles an hour. It brings the wheel width in. So, like, we'll just throw arbitrary numbers out there. Say it brings it into 6 inches. So your wheels are 6 inches wide. Pressures are higher. They're longer. Like, they're taller. So then you get into the mountains and you're on curvy back roads and they're covered in ice. Your it makes your wheel wider, lowers the pressure in your tire. So you have again, huge arbitrary number, 12-inch contact patch on all 4 wheels. So you can make it up the hill safely.
Well, there are two different types. The first one's called the Incontinence, I think is what it's called.
I like it.
It's called Contisence. The Incontinence. It's called the Incontinence.
Yep.
And then the second one's called Conti-Adapt. And one of them, I think, monitors the road surface and can adjust the pressure. And then the other one, the Incontinence, I think all it does is monitor the surface and will tell you if your tires are out of spec.
Or punctured.
Or you've got too much wear or whatever. It's all electronic. It's got, what did it say? It's got electrically conductive rubber compound, which then ties back into a sensor, which then ties wirelessly into a sensor in your car, I assume, to tell you if your tires are out of spec in one way or another.
That's not the worst idea ever.
No.
I like that better than like the really annoying, but probably still good tire pressure monitoring system. Like, it's annoying to me, but it's probably good for a lot of people to have.
Yes. True.
Because apparently they can't visually notice, hey, my tire's a little low. Maybe I should put some
I just hate I don't like how sensitive the Maxima is.
think if it gets to like 29 or 28, it goes on. So like mine will be in that limbo. Like
They'll fluctuate.
Like right now when it's
Yep.
cold mornings, sensor
They're
comes on.
tiny bit low, and then as
By
you
the time you
drive
get
and
to
warm
work,
them up.
Yeah,
goes
as
out.
soon as I'm
Yep.
up, the tires
The
are up to
Trailblazer
speed.
does that too. It drives me nuts.
I don't own a vehicle new enough to have ever had that problem. So
This is the first vehicle that's ever had that.
right.
The Conti Adapt has individual air compressors in the wheels.
That was my next question. So they have
micro compressors.
Micro compressors.
They have-
microaggression
they have air compressors built into the tire,
into the wheel.
into
yeah.
the wheel.
Yeah.
That's insanity. This is a really bad idea. So much money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a crazy technology.
I'm all on
Right.
board for the first one, but maybe we should slow our roll on the second one.
I'm curious how fast it does it. It can't be that fast.
I wouldn't think so, no.
It's gotta-
Otherwise, it'd be fluctuating all the time,
Just
If you're going from dry pavement to, if it's like patchy wetness, you know what I mean? You get a
If
rain.
it makes spinny whoosh noises, I'm in.
I don't think it makes any
Change
whoosh
change my
noises.
mind. If it makes turbo blow off noises, I'll buy all four. Let's do this.
I wonder how loud that micro compressor is.
When all four of them go off,
Oh,
cars vibrating.
Then you can just see the wheel get wider.
It's a weird thing. I don't know. It's just making shit more complicated to make it more complicated, in my opinion. I'm not really for any of it.
I don't expect it to take off.
I think it's probably just a technical exercise for Continental.
yeah, the Conti Adapt. You're not going to see that.
It's too weird. It's just too weird.
yeah.
I'll guarantee it's too expensive.
It's too expensive for sure.
You mean I could have 10 sets of different tires and wheel combination for the same price as this one? Yeah, I'll just switch them. It's fine. I can handle that.
But you can't do that on the fly, though, Robbie.
Can't adjust that pressure on the
you,
fly.
you can't tell me how fast these change pressure. I could be able to switch faster.
You gonna take those with you?
I could have a trailer. You don't know how my life is.
You don't know how.
You're
his
like, Mom, you don't know what I'm
you know
doing.
how his
You're
life.
not my supervisor. Moving on. Nissan still isn't building a new 240SX, but they're focusing on something even more important. The Nismo Leaf, allegedly.
The question that I have is, how much was your deposit, Robbie? How much did you have to put down to order the Nissan Nismo Leaf?
I don't know.
Is there a number?
No, I'm just asking him.
Oh,
I assume he's
okay.
such a fanboy
Yeah,
that he would
you-
be
you've
all on
got-
board. He
when
wa-
should we expect the arrival of your Nismo
yeah, when can we
Leaf?
do a new car review of the
Well,
Nismo
my LS7 crate motor shows up just
on the same day
Same
as the
day,
Nismo
so-
Leaf? You're going to make a mid-engine Leaf? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That would be the greatest swap ever, for sure.
Just like the day it comes off the showroom floor and just rip that shit out.
So what's Nismo about this?
It's got a badge on it.
And bigger wheels.
It's got some bigger wheels.
So it's
This
not.
is still kind of I think it's not necessarily a concept, but because their renderings are just done by an artist, what it could look like. So it's just what the engineers wanted to make the Leaf. So it'd be lower suspension, larger wheels, because those would weigh more, which is going to diminish your.
Probably wider,
Distance.
which is more rolling resistance.
Yep.
All these things that completely defeat the whole point of the Leaf.
It's got that fake downforce on it, bro.
Yep.
Which might be real downforce, which might also cause issues
drag?
with drag. Yeah,
Even if it's fake downforce, it's surely causing drag.
it's probably causing some drag for sure.
But why?
I don't know.
But then they're going to make it more powerful and be less efficient, so it's more fun.
So you're gonna go like 60 miles with this?
Less efficient
piece of crap?
definitely means more fun, Robbie.
That's
That's
true.
how that works.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So this dude, what was his name? Alfonso Albazia. My tip for people would be, if you're going to go into the car industry, have like a normal name, because every single week
Fred,
I cannot
Joe.
pronounce anybody's name.
Bob.
This guy works for Nissan North America. They were saying that like this is the future of the Nismo brand and all that bullshit.
God, I hope not.
Basically, Nismo means absolutely nothing anymore.
Nope.
No, it doesn't
It
at
has
all.
no real meat to it. It's just performance packages or performance
It's trim
bodywork.
packages.
It's trim packages, yeah.
They're-
Not
they're
even
just-
good trim packages.
They just look pretty. Air quotes.
Yeah, I think it's dumb.
I am
The
not on
best
board.
juke you can buy is not the Nismo juke.
What is it?
Because you can't get it as a manual. You can get a
Oh,
normal juke
that's
as
right.
a manual.
Yeah, because that's what we want is a CVT in our Nismo.
Yeah.
Robbie, you
Wrong.
need to have a conversation with Nissan and get this shit straightened out.
Next time I'm in Japan,
You'll have a sit down with him.
I'm gonna,
So next week.
jet setting.
Sounds good to me. What's up next?
BMW questions whether or not cars even need your stinking keys.
I don't entirely disagree with this statement
Oh, I thought for sure this was going to trigger Adam.
because I lose my
Back in my day, the
I lose-
fucking keys and the metal and the chips and the.
I lose
thought for
keys
sure that
all
was
the
going to
fucking
be.
time, constantly. Like, where are my keys? Right now, I literally don't know where my keys to my truck are. Doesn't matter, it doesn't run, but I don't know where they are. So that would be kind of nice.
What's your opinion on this, Robbie?
I have a hard time with making it just in your phone. I understand, like,
There's got to be some anti-theft.
all I can
things
think
they
of
need
is it's got to be harder to sell a vehicle when you can just kind of like throw the rights to somebody else's phone. Like you just hand somebody the keys and the title, and all right, it's yours now. Like,
That is not a manufacturer's concern.
no, not at all.
If anything, that's a driving force behind this.
That's it. I mean, your phone dies, you're up a creek.
If your phone dies, you're slightly screwed. Yeah.
I don't think the app is the right answer, but not having a key, couldn't we just do like a thumb?
Here's some crazy bullshit. What if you put on the roof of the car one of those? Because now all phones
They can
have
char-
the
wireless
wireless
charging.
charging. What if you just had a point you could put your phone on it if it was dead, and you could restart your phone at least? At least you weren't completely screwed.
Why can't I just use my fingerprint or something like that?
Fingerprint would work.
I feel
I don't hate that idea.
I feel like that's a better option because my fingerprint doesn't
Well,
die on me.
At some point, probably what's going to happen is you're not going to use anything, and it's just going to be facial recognition. You're just
Just
going to walk
knows
up to
me.
it, and it's going to open for you.
Hello, Adam.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would be a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's seeing your face.
No, it just like knowing me. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it's not sentient yet. I mean, we're getting there. Elon Musk is concerned. Of course, he's the one that keeps coming up with these self-driving robots, but he's concerned that,
That we're
the
making
machines will-
sentient things.
yeah.
The
and
machines are going to take
The machines
over.
are going to rise up and
We're going
attack.
to live in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Who's to say we aren't?
Well,
already?
that may be true. Maybe it's,
Get our tinfoil hats on, everybody.
I'm just saying, Elon Musk is concerned about it. Maybe we should be concerned about it. But he keeps making self-driving cars.
He's not that concerned.
He does what makes him money,
He is doing what makes him money, but
even
he's
if he's concerned about it.
He's also concerned that the machines will rise up. So anyway, I don't know what that had to do with this. But
Nothing. But BMW tried something a handful of years ago where they did like a credit card key instead of like regular keys or even a fob. So you can just throw it in your wallet or put it in the back of your case of your cell phone. So I think that would work. I don't know why that didn't take off because it'd be really easy.
I think the Model 3 has that.
Does it still?
Or the S does, one of the two. Tesla has a key thingy that's like a
feel
credit
like-
card.
I feel like the key fob thing is where it's at. So, do you go to the gym like 9 days a week?
Every day, yeah.
So, do you have a key fob to get into your gym? It's empty.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah, I do.
He's like looking.
There's
down
a little
the
bit of
bottle, like, is
kombucha.
there still some in there? I don't
There's
know.
kombucha in there.
He's like looking through it. So you've got that little key fob, right?
Yep.
And that's a programmable key fob. Each one of those key fobs has a unique identifier. I feel like this wouldn't be that hard to be universalized. The company I work for, we put those on doors for entrances into apartment buildings, workout areas for those apartment buildings, pools. Why couldn't that unlock and start my car?
Just have everything in your life attached to that.
It's probably a really bad idea because
Well, maybe, I don't know.
security-wise.
But it's getting that way. You can buy door locks for your house that
Yeah.
Bluetooth to your phone. As soon as they see your phone, they open.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even want that because there's that pairing time. This fob, and it unlocks. Boom, boom, boom. You lose it,
Your life is over.
well, you just program a new one in.
Well, yeah, that too. But temporarily, your life is screwed.
Yeah. Maybe it's not such a good idea because, like I just said, I lose my keys all the time.
Yeah.
There is literally a fob attached to my keys. I don't know where they are, so
Even with the Maxima, if the batteries get low on that fob, it doesn't start the car.
there is no battery in those. I assume
no,
there's
not
a
yet.
shelf life, but I've had the same one for 8 years at the company I work for, and I've never replaced it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking the ones I have now.
Right.
Like the
ones for cars.
The ones that'll unlock the doors as you get real close
They
to
have-
it.
yeah.
The proximity keys. There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Right. You have to tag in
Yeah.
with this system, but I feel like they could make that kind of universalized almost.
Yeah, I have a hard time taking away keys completely. But at the same time, then you never lose them.
I do want a backup way to get into my car. Obviously, they would figure that out. But
Okay, so here's something I never thought about. Just dawned on me. When I worked at the dealership in high school, we had a C6 sitting on the show floor. People are in and out of it. Doors are open all the time. Battery died on it. The doors, the outside doors on those are a pressure pad that you squeeze, and it's a button, and it triggers the door release. When the battery is dead, that doesn't function.
Huh.
Guess where the hood release is?
In the car.
Inside the car, whose doors don't currently open.
How do you get into a dead C6?
There is a key hole for the hatch, and you got to have a little skinny guy like me crawl all the way to the front and pop the hood.
How is the 50-year-old with a gut supposed
He's
to do
not.
it? Oh, okay.
AAA.
Call AAA.
There is no keyhole on the door. It was only on the trunk. So what happens when my keyless car's battery is dead?
You're up shit creek.
I can't
I mean,
open
you
the
need,
doors.
You need a key.
You need some sort of a
Yeah,
backup.
you need-
so there has to be a physical backup. That's why those cars with fobs that are only fobs, you can always pull that key out
Yep.
of the fob. There's that little release button.
Or Ford has the code. You can type in the
But
code
if the
on
battery's
the doors.
dead, that won't work either.
Oh, that's right.
You have to have a physical way to get into a car if the battery is dead.
I think the only option is for them to issue you a key when you buy the car and say, good luck keeping track of that.
Or have external charging posts, I guess. A la drag car style, I guess. I don't know.
You could be a real dick and arc those together, like if you're a real terrible person.
I don't know. That I never thought of that
I don't have a
until
better
just now,
answer, but yeah.
But yeah, what do you do when the battery's dead?
Kind of still need a physical key somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the car.
Next.
Last thing. A Michigan man is being forced to sell off 20 cars a month by his township.
Did you ever see how many cars he has?
Up to 218 at one point.
Okay. I think I remember reading that now. Let's hear it, Robbie. Let's hear your negative Nancy on this, apparently.
So, okay, hold on a second. Let's give a little bit more background to this. So this guy's name's Ron. He's 74 years old. At one point, he had collected up to 200 and, what'd you say, 18 cars?
Yeah.
He lives in a township that is kind of,
Just north of Ann Arbor.
and it's kind of mixed. It's not full blown in the country, but it's not.
it's not suburbia.
It's not suburb. Yeah, it's not suburbia. It's not in the city. It's pretty. The lots are a little bit larger. It's wooded. His lot is not really visible from the road. It kind of is, but not really.
It is.
You can see down his driveway and like another entry point where you can see the cars from the road, but he's not.
In the winter, you can see it from all angles.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. When the trees.
Get rid of the foliage, you can see everything.
Okay, so it is visible from the road. I take it back. So what has happened? He's been doing this for.
Most of his freaking life. since he
Yeah, it
was
sounds like
16,
most of his
so
life.
Like
He's
60
been collecting
years.
cars of different levels. And then finally, just recently this year, I think during the summer in June sometime, the township decided to enforce a law, I suppose it would be, that
Ordinance
that they have that says you cannot store more than, I don't remember the number, but it might be 20 inoperable, basically unregistered vehicles on your property.
No, they can't have any unregistered
No,
jalopies.
there's none.
So zero.
Zero.
Zero
Like if you
unregistered.
can have a broken down car. It has to be registered.
Has to be registered.
and
So
it
you
has,
can-
yeah, I mean, it's got to be within reason.
So you can't have any unregistered cars on your property. And now they've just decided to go after him for this because he's been doing this for years. So that's where they're at now. The original mandate was that he was supposed to sell 25 a month. He was working with an attorney and said that's ridiculous. Nobody
do
can
it.
sell 25 cars a month. How about 15? And they settled on 20, sort of settled. He didn't want to do any, obviously, but they settled on 20, air quotes. And so now he's tasked with selling 20 a month, and if he doesn't do it, he has to bring it into immediate compliance.
Which means they'll come in and take them all out.
Well, he'll have to pay someone to take them all out.
I think you can also, if he had him in a building, he'd be good.
Yes.
Yeah, they're outside. All of them are outside.
Anything that's unregistered has to be stored inside.
So that's where we're at. That's the scenario.
That's the scenario. Apparently, Robbie is pro township on this.
Which is funny because I'm usually anti-township based on my experiences with townships. But by definition, he has a automotive graveyard.
He has a junkyard in
He
his
is
yard.
technically
Right.
running an illegal junkyard in his.
Well, yeah.
if he's not selling anything out of there until now, where they forced him,
Then it's an illegal automotive graveyard.
illegal by the township's definition.
By the state definition of what an automotive graveyard is.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that. I guess.
So, like, he's not. If he wanted to register it, somehow get into compliance of it being a junkyard, all he'd have to do is put up a fence.
I don't know if he could run a junkyard though. Could he?
I think you'd almost have to change the zoning
right,
on how the housing is.
It is a residential area.
Yeah,
and it's
his house is all away, and then he has like I think it's another house with all the cars around it, and then he has another area across the street, which is even more cars and like a bunch of more buildings. So I mean, he has what looks like 3 houses and 3 lots together.
So my big thing with this, I don't know about the state law, maybe, and okay, whatever, but I'm guessing this guy's been here a really, really long time.
Oh yeah.
And this township probably grew around him.
I don't know.
And these laws were probably put in place post him being there already.
No,
I couldn't find whether that was the case or not. But you're telling me that these rules in this township has been there for 50 years? I'm not buying that.
Well, I also think it got out of control. I'm sure he was like, he bought a car here and he had a handful there. And
well,
he
yeah,
kept
most of
adding to
those
it.
cars are not
And then-
50 years old.
And then finally it hit 218 cars, and someone goes, you know what? Maybe we should enforce this rule because this is getting out of hand.
right. So
He is not an enthusiast. He's a hoarder.
he's a hoarder.
Have you,
He is a
there's-
hoarder. I
If you
won't
look at the
disagree
picture
with
of his
that.
house,
Yeah, the guy's got a
the
lot
full
of
of
shit.
shit.
it's that is not a livable home. It is full of shit.
That's why he has 3 of them.
Exactly.
Okay.
He has 2 houses he can't live in.
So let me make my point then. My point is everybody's at fault. Everybody needs to work together to solve this problem.
Yes.
They're not working together to solve this problem. The township, however long they've been in place, it's not been since the summer, I'll tell you that much. So they have known that this has been going on for as long as they've been around, as long as this guy's been around, and now all of a sudden it's a problem and it's an emergency. That's not the right way to handle this. What they needed to do is tell them, you're out of compliance with the township law or whatever. How can we resolve this? Work with him to try to figure out, okay, is selling 5 cars a month reasonable? Or can we do something? Can we get you to put up a fence? Can we get you to do
An auction?
Can we get you to do an auction? Can we, what can we do to try to solve this? But I think that the township needs to take responsibility for this as well, because they let him do it. Whether it's a law or what, you still let him do it for how many ever years that he did, and now it's an emergency for some
20
reason.
cars is ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's too
dealerships
much.
aren't even doing 20.
Yeah, individuals that work 10-hour days at dealerships don't sell 20 cars a month.
Yeah.
So and
Especially 70-some-year-old guys.
that
and-
don't want to sell them.
right. And he has to take responsibility for it too, because obviously he is a hoarder. So you have to take responsibility for your own actions. So
Is that considered a mental
Yes.
disability like
Yeah,
that?
If you ever watch the TV show Hoarders, and you can, I don't know if they ever really dive into it that deep, but they do definitely talk about the fact like there's something
There is a
clicking differently
I mean,
that
is
makes
it,
them think that
is
they
it
have
like,
to have all that
you
stuff.
know, it is listed as a legitimate mental condition.
I think so.
I don't know if it's in that book, whatever that book's called.
Yeah, but like the fact that you think you have to keep everything like, and then even if it's to the point where it's ruining your house or like the bugs have taken over because you don't clean up after yourself. I mean, that's some sort of a disorder. I'm not going to get into the psychological of it because I don't know, but yeah, I think it absolutely is.
We don't know what this guy's doing day to day either. I mean, like, is he dragging a bunch of random shit home all the time and like, creating a spectacle of himself because he's doing that? We don't know. The only thing that we get is all these automotive news outlets that publish these stories, and then everybody's all up in arms about he just loves cars and blah blah. Okay, yeah, we all love cars, but there's a point where we draw the line and say that's enough cars.
I can agree that he's not really in love with these cars. If he did, he wouldn't have let them get to the state that most of them are in.
That was my biggest hang up is like a lot of the comments and like even the tone of the article that was written. He goes, he's an enthusiast. He loves the cars. He loves cars. He's always been into obscure, neat things. Some of these cars are really neat. Yeah, they were 10 years ago before they got rusted out.
Well, then didn't it say in that article too? They asked him if he was really that upset about the cars, and he was like, "Not really."
No,
He just doesn't
being
think
a
it's
stubborn old man.
He just
to be
doesn't
told
think
what
it's
to do.
right. He just doesn't think it's reasonable to sell 20 cars a month. But I mean, yeah, I made my point about it. I think that the automotive news outlets were playing on the emotions of their readers.
Yes.
And I don't think that any of the articles that presented this were fair and unbiased in their delivery of the message.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Township's at fault. He's at fault. I refuse to call this guy an enthusiast. He is a hoarder and he's running a junkyard. And these cars are not worth even what he's trying to sell them for at $1,200.
It's not even running a junkyard, though. If he was running a junkyard, it'd be a very different story.
Or a graveyard. He's running a graveyard.
Yeah, he had no plans to do anything with any of these vehicles.
they're just wasting away in his yard.
Yep.
I've been to multiple auctions in the last year for people just like this, but they live a lot farther out in the open. They're out in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, not
In the middle
just
of the township.
outside of a city, apparently.
And that's exactly
cities.
what he should have done. Is he should have hired an auctioneer to come in and start everything at $1.
The way that this news story has kind of exploded, it probably would have done well.
It probably would have. He probably would have made some
make
money.
a lot more money off of selling them in an auction scenario than what he's making
And
trying to sell them.
tell
one
people
by
they're
one.
responsible for moving them in 3 days or whatever. Boom, his problem is over.
He had like a 3,600 mile 924S. That's a pretty valuable car.
I bet it was 5 years ago.
Well, somebody'd fix it. Somebody's
Yeah.
foolhardy enough to
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
that
I mean,
on.
even I'm looking through it going, man, that Datsun, that'd be cool. It's a Fairlady Datsun just sitting there wasting away.
Yeah, there was a 58 Chevy pickup, I think, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean, there's stuff in there.
Some older Mercedes Benzes
Yeah,
that
he's-
are always cool to see.
And
He's
then,
got some neat cars.
if nobody gives you $1, somebody's going to give you $1 for something to move it, to take
Yep.
it to the crusher, to get their
Well, yeah,
$60.
you'll get a
I
scrapper
mean,
in
somebody,
there that'll
right,
start.
a scrapper will come in and take the rest of it.
Right.
And even if they don't take the money that you make from the auction and haul the rest of the crap off and call it a day, done deal.
But I think the township is expecting way too much out of this guy, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so they
At
are
a
too,
minimum.
and they need to take their own portion of the fault.
I didn't even think about it that way.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right.
I don't know much else to say about it.
No, don't be a hoarder. If you're going to be an enthusiast, actually take care of your vehicles.
I got one too many cars right now, and I don't even like it. But it is what it is.
Yep.
Do something with that Camaro someday.
But
Today's not that day though.
Not today.
One too many is not
200 too many.
too many,
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like even
I knew where the line was. And
like
I stopped.
I would even be okay with 20. But 40's too many. 50's too many. 218.
If I had 20
to
cars,
relax.
if I had 20 cars that were in that shape, I'd be having like a panic attack. Like I don't even know what to do with this shit. What have I done to my life?
Yeah, get these out.
Get this shit out of my
Can't
life.
keep 2 cars running.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he can't keep any of them running.
That's fair. Well, that's because it got out of hand. It got away from him.
But I really don't think he had any intentions of doing anything with any of this stuff.
No, he just collected them.
he
They're
has-
cool cars.
He has a
And then
weird
lets them
he has
sit.
a weird thing where he's literally just going out and buying shitty cars and then putting them in his yard.
Yes,
That's all it is.
absolutely.
Don't try to make it something it's not.
Someone did that in Nebraska. Now we have Carhenge.
Wait, what now?
Carhenge? It's a replica of Stonehenge made out of
Oh,
cars.
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
It's ridiculousness.
But that's kind of an art project. This is just kind of crap
Yeah.
rusting into your yard.
Yeah.
Don't forget, guys, to go to mypetrolbox.com. It is a monthly subscription box for the automotive enthusiast. They send you a box every single month with tools, car care products, wearables, novelty items, garage gear stickers, and all things automotive. It's a pretty rad package deal. And for 10 Tenths listeners, we have a $7 off coupon for your first month. Use the code 10 Tenths at checkout, and that'll be applied to your order. It's a pretty cool deal. They're also giving away a free set of Rotiform cast wheels of your choice every month, and that goes out to one of their subscribers. So once you subscribe using our code, the 10 Tenths code, for $7 off, you will be eligible to win the Rotiform cast wheels.
So I found out today that the winner of those wheels, you get that notification via a golden ticket inside of your box,
Yeah.
a la Willy
Full-blown
Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
And the child in me, it makes me super happy. I
It's
love
awesome.
Rotiform has some badass wheels.
They
though,
do.
dude,
I
for
spent
real.
way too much time on their website the other day.
I don't like a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
I really don't
No,
like most
I'm
wheels.
very picky about wheels.
So that's a really cool partnership for Petrolbox to get that set up and to be able to do that, because those wheels are not cheap. Put it that way.
I'm super jealous of the guy that won a free set.
I don't even know what I would pick. I've been through there, and I was like, there's so much like 80s retro stuff in there too. That's rad. There's just everything in there.
That's
good.
really hot right now, though.
80s retro is hot.
wheels. It's hot right now.
It
But
is.
super cool.
Yep. So don't forget, guys, go to mypetrolbox.com. 10/10 is your code at checkout for $7 off your first month. Like I said last week, receiving the subscription box that I have every single month is one of my favorite. It's one of those random things I forget about, and then when it happens, boom, it's really
Cool
exciting.
stuff in the mail.
Cool stuff in the mail.
Always good.
And people are always looking for like wearables, like shirts or whatever, and that's always a hard thing for me too. Like, where do I get shirts? You know what I mean? Like automotive shirts.
I look at Blip Shift. You know, I get their email every day, and
Yeah.
a lot of times I think, oh, that's kind of a cool shirt, but then I never go through and buy it.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I subscribe for my box is because you just get it, and it's
Right.
stuff that you could have used anyway, and it just happens. Like,
Right.
Somebody else is responsible for that decision making, which is something that
I have a lot of T-shirts I need to throw away because they've just been way wore out. It would be nice to get that.
right. It kind of
Moving.
replenishes your t-shirts. I get that for sure. But lots of rad stuff in your mailbox once a month. mypetrolbox.com. What do you think, Robbie? We are over 2 hours.
I was going to say like
Shocking.
3 hours and 10 minutes.
Shocking.
Or
No,
where are we
we're
at
at 3
this
hours.
point?
I think we're at 2:05. I think it depends on after I cut it up. Will depend where we're at, but I think we're at 2:05.
Hooray!
You want to pick another topic? You want to keep going? There's
Yeah,
people
you-
listening right now that are literally like, "Can you guys pull a topic out? Pull a topic. Come on, Robbie, just pull a topic out. You can do it."
We'll see you guys next week.
Lame.